Yes, we do have a catcher.
Because I'll do it if I have to.
I'll take the camera, dude. I'll take the camera.
Well, happy opening day, everyone, as the Lancaster Barnstormers have finally returned home from what turned out to be a productive opening road trip here in 2018. A road trip that produced 4 wins in 7 games, an average of better than 6 runs a game, and a team batting average of .302. The Barnstormers will take on the York Revolution tonight, the first of a 3-game weekend series. These two ball clubs met for 4 last week at Peoples Bank Park, and in that 4-game series, the Revs took 3. The Barnstormers then went on to Southern Maryland and won 3 in a row, and they have tied York for 2nd place now in the standings in the Freedom Division. Both clubs trying to chase the Sugar Land Skeeters, though. Sugar Land 2.5 out. Jonathan L. Baladejo at the start tonight for the Barnstormers. Mitch Atkins will go for the York Revolution. Earlier today, I caught up with Matt Marksberry, a left-hander who has been to the big leagues, trying to get back, and so far, so good here in a Lancaster Barnstormers uniform. He's been awfully sharp. I'll be back with Matt in just a moment on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Like craft beers, local wines? Well, the best place to be in Lancaster then is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right, all new for 2018 is the Broken Bat deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat will feature more than 20 local craft breweries and product from 2 local wineries. If something with a little more kick is your adult beverage of choice, a local distillery is part of the Broken Bat as well. Food will be sold off a pub-style menu, so get together, hang out with your friends, make some new ones, and enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with a Barnstormers game.
Hi everyone, Adam Gockenauer here for Gockenauer Appliances in East Petersburg. We are as excited as you that it's baseball season, and we are thrilled to once again be partnering with your Lancaster Barnstormers. We are also excited this season to introduce some awesome new appliance colors on display now. Come and see the new colors of slate, black stainless, and black slate. These colors will give your kitchen a great look, and of course all of them are at the best prices around now at Gockenauer's. I'll be back after the break to tell you about our special Barnstormers summer promotions.
Welcome back to tonight's edition of the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. Joining me is Barnstormers left-hander Matt Marksberry, part of the kind of varied bullpen that Ross Peoples has assembled this year. Matt, your season off to a good start. You had that one kind of scare with your control a little bit off in York over the weekend, but certainly I've liked the way you've been throwing. How do you feel about it?
I feel good. I mean, it's just a process for me right now. I haven't been playing competitively for a little bit of a year since my shoulder injury and stuff like that. So for me, it's just getting the innings, workload, and I'm pretty happy with my results. I'm obviously that scare in York where I got the bases loaded, no outs, but I mean, I got through it and didn't give up a run. So that gave me a little bit of confidence boost going into this past series that we just had. So.
Well, you had to be competitive last night. You came into pretty dire circumstances. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, and the ball club already down 6-0 at that point. You got Joe Gardner out of that inning. It was part of what turned the tide in that ball game.
No, I mean, I wouldn't say that. I would just say, I've been the starter before, and then I've had things not go my way, and then get taken out of the game with guys on base, and I wouldn't want my reliever cashing in those runs, so I kind of did it for perspective of that. But also, if I help the team win, I help myself too. I mean, if I put up good numbers and do good, then I might have a shot to go somewhere too. But we also win, so it's a win-win for everybody. So,
how would you describe yourself as a pitcher?
I'm aggressive. I'm not afraid to throw my fastball. I have the mentality of, even though I don't throw 100 miles an hour, I act like I do, and I'm just not afraid to throw heaters in the zone. I'm very contact orientated. I try to pitch for contact. It might not seem like that at sometimes, but I do try to pitch for contact because the odds are in my favor of getting them out.
You've had a chance to pitch at the pinnacle of this game in Major League Baseball. Tell us about some of your favorite experiences there, the call-up, and what it was like pitching for the Atlanta Braves.
It was fun. I mean, it was a great organization, great people in that organization. My call-up was cool. It was an off day, and I was driving around, and I get a phone call from a number I didn't know, and I didn't realize it was my AAA manager. It was right during the trade deadline, so I thought I got traded. And then they go, yeah, you're going to meet the team up in Philly, so you need to hop on a plane. I'm sitting there going, like, what AAA team's in Philly? And then next thing you know, he's like, no, you're going to the big leagues. And I was like, oh, man. So I got off the phone, like, kept my composure, acted all cool, and then got off the phone, called my dad. And my dad, like, for like at least 30 minutes, he didn't believe me. He thought I was just joking with him. So, but no, I told him I was serious, and that's how it went down. So, I mean, it was a great experience, and it's an awesome experience. I'm hoping to do it again. So.
Well, obviously, that's why you're here. Last year, you got to pitch a little bit north of the border. Tell us about that experience in Quebec, Canada.
Oh, Quebec, Canada is different, man. Their main language up there is French. So, I mean, you got to really get used to parlez-vous anglais. Do you speak English up there? Because a lot of them do speak English, but they don't want to. It was good. It was a good experience, good competition up in the Can-Am League. There's some good players up there. The travel was okay. It's just I loved Quebec. The city's beautiful. If you guys ever get a chance, you need to go to Quebec. They say it's like the most European city in the North American continent. So,
physical fitness, obviously, a big thing with you. Tell us a little bit about your regimen. Do you have special diets you live on or anything like that?
I actually I go in between a keto diet and a regular diet during the season to where I try to do really high fat, high omega-3s and like high protein diet, and I also try to get as much greens as I can. I'm really big on fitness because for me, I'm not a big tall guy. I'm not a physically big presence, so for me, I have to have strength behind me to throw in the 90s. So for me, I lift 4 to 5 times a week just to maintain what I built all in the off season. So yeah, physical fitness for me, especially the way I pitch and the way I am, I need it.
What else do you like to do off the field?
I'm a big outdoors guy. I don't necessarily hunt or do anything like that, but I like to be outdoors. I like to take hikes. I like to be out in the wilderness. I like to go on farms. I like all that stuff. So I'm living in the perfect place for all that. So.
You did come to the right spot. Wait till everything totally greens up in the summer. This county will blow your mind. Some of the outlying roads here are just beautiful.
Yeah, I got a Dodge Challenger, so I can't wait to take it on those back roads.
Matt, your season again off to a good start. I guess the best way everybody has told me to play this league is one day at a time. Just enjoy the day as it comes. If the call comes, it comes.
I'm not even worried about that right now. I'm having fun. Like I said, I was out for baseball for like a year, and I'm just having fun being around the guys again, having the bullpen conversations, being around other people that have the same interests as you, and just playing a game right now. And I don't care. I don't look too far in the future because I've always been told the best advice I ever got, any minor league, big league, whatever, is just play well at where you are. The moves make themselves. So I'm not concerned about what the future holds. I'm just enjoying playing baseball again.
Thanks for taking time out tonight. Good luck in this game, and enjoy the opener.
I appreciate it. You have a good one, too.
Matt Marksbury joining me tonight on the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. I'll be back with starting lineups in just a moment right here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Adam Gockenauer back with you again to tell you that we are back this season with Weber Gas Grills. We have the best selection and prices in the area on Weber, and if you mention this ad, you will receive 10% off all in-stock Weber accessories. Don't forget, we also fill your propane tanks here at the store. Don't waste money on exchanges when you can have us fill your tank and save you money. We are your appliance and gas grill headquarters. Come see us today on Main Street in East Petersburg or on the web at Gockenauers.com.
Okay, John, shelves are stocked.
So are the new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
Like Word Search, with top prizes of 20 grand.
Yep, winning's never been faster.
Not faster than me clearing these shelves.
Dude, I hope you're even faster at restocking.
Yeah.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Welcome back from Clipper Magazine Stadium. The Lancaster Barnstormers taking on the York Revolution during the home opener. Here are the starting lineups. First for the visiting Revs, it will be Jared Mitchell leading off in right field. The second baseman batting number 2 is Alexi Casilla. Zach Wilson is batting third. He's at third base. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman, Michael Burgess. Luis Cruz is batting fifth, doing the catching. The designated hitter in the number 6 slot is Jose Tabata. Ruby Silva batting seventh. He's in left. The shortstop batting eighth is Ryan Dent, and Travis Witherspoon is in center field in the number 9 slot. Mitch Atkins with the start, no record, and a 4.50 earned run average. The Barnstormers will be led off by center fielder Darian Sanford. Tyler Bortnick, the third baseman, will bat number 2. The right fielder in the number 3 hole is Blake Galen. Joey Terdoslavich is the cleanup batter in the first baseman. Trayvon Robinson will bat fifth. He's got left field. Kyle Waldrop, the designated hitter, is batting sixth. The shortstop hitting seventh is Vladimir Frias. Anderson De La Rosa is the catcher batting eighth. Rico Noel makes the start at second base. He is batting number 9. On the hill is right-hander Jonathan Albaladejo, the one-time Atlantic League Pitcher of the Year and league strikeout record holder. On the hill making his second start. He lost a week ago tonight, 9-4 to the York Revolution. Play-by-play baseball coming your way next on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Find stories that will inspire and surprise. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. See all that the Hall of Fame and Museum has to offer and plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Welcome back from Clipper Magazine Stadium. Dave Collins with you as we open up the home portion of the 2018 Barnstormers schedule. First of 72 here at 650 North Prince Street. On the hill for the Barnstormers tonight, right-hander Jonathan Albaladejo, 6'5", 260-pounder, born and raised in Puerto Rico, now lives in Tampa, Florida. He won 15 games for Bridgeport in 2016, set the Atlantic League strikeout record that year, won 7 last season before his contract was purchased by the New York Mets. He was selected by the Barnstormers in the Bluefish dispersal draft. He makes his second Lancaster start here this evening. Backing him up defensively, the standard for the Barnstormers so far this year, Tyler Bortnick at third, Vladimir Frias at short, Rico Noel is at second base, and Joey Terdoslavich is over at first. The outfield has Trayvon Robinson in left, with Darian Sanford in center. Blake Galen is in right. Anderson De La Rosa catching for the Barnstormers here this evening. In steps Jared Mitchell. First pitch swinging. He cuts and misses. No balls and 1 strike. Albaladejo had a rough start last Friday night. He gave up 6 hits in the first inning alone. Walked a couple of batters in the second and only lasted 1 2/3 innings. He'll try and improve upon that tonight. Off speed and low here into Mitchell. It is 1-1. Jared Mitchell homered his first at bat of the season, but since then only 3 more base hits. He is 4 for 25 with that home run, and he has knocked in 2. 1 ball, 1 strike. Albaladejo to the plate. This is popped up foul, coming back and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Switch hitting second baseman Alexi Casilla waits on deck. The crowd still filing in here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. We're expecting somewhere upwards of 6,000 here tonight. Got a lot of folks on the hill. 1-2. And to Mitchell, this is banged toward the alley in right center field, in for a base hit. Collecting it is Sanford, and Mitchell, for the third time against the Barnstormers, has started off a game with a base hit. Leadoff man is on. Second baseman Alexi Casilla steps in. Casilla, who hit .358 for the Rebs last year, is starting off at .385. He has 10 hits in 26 at-bats, 1 double, 1 triple, and 2 runs batted in. Bortnick will come up on the grass over at third. Terdoslavich holds Mitchell at first. Jared Mitchell already has stolen 4 bases on the year. Plate umpire Manolo Alejandro having a conversation briefly with Jorge Terran, the first base umpire. And now everything settles back in. Wind blowing out toward right field this evening. That very inviting short porch just 300 feet away here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Albaladejo to the set, and he nails the outside corner to Casilla. It is 0-1. Albaladejo, along with giving up the 6 hits in the first inning, struck out the side last Friday. He ended up with 4 strikeouts among his 5 outs. Mitchell leads off first, and he's going to get a throw from Jonathan. Trayvon Robinson playing way in out in left field. Valledejo, a long time in the set. He'll deliver, and it's taken low. Casilla batting at a ball and a strike. Terdoslavich holds the runner over at first base. To the set, and the offering chopper on the right side. It'll be taken by Noel. He's going to try for the lead man and get him on a very close play at second. Rico Noel takes a risk and cuts down the fleet-footed Jared Mitchell. Casilla safe at first on the fielder's choice. That will bring on third baseman Zach Wilson. 8 out of 21 is Wilson on the young season with 3 home runs, and he has driven in 7, which matches Blake Galen for second in the league. David Washington of the Long Island Ducks leading in that department. Well, the infield will play back against Wilson and look for 2. Zach Wilson has terrific pull power, which made him very valuable in Southern Maryland the last couple of years and in York now. But in this ballpark, he's been known to go to right field. And he has a couple of home runs in his career in this yard as well. While Baladejo pulls the foot and sends Casilla ducking into first base. Alexi Casilla, 1 stolen base on the year. He has not been caught. Albaladejo working out of the stretch. His first pitch is low to Wilson. Ball 1, no strikes. First right-handed batter that is facing Albaladejo tonight. On deck, another lefty, and Michael Burgess. York has lost some people to injuries. Jose Cuevas sprained an ankle last night. Melky Mesa was hurt in his first game of the year, and Frank DiGiulio Jr. sustained an arm injury. Don't know the severity there. Off the outside corner to Wilson now. 2 balls and nothing. The Revs, with just 23 active players coming into action tonight, I would expect over the next couple of days that Mark Mason will be able to acquire some reinforcements. Albaladejo with a quick throw over to first base, and again Casilla is able to get back safely. 1 out, 1 on, top half of the first inning. A count of 2 balls and no strikes on third baseman Zach Wilson. Albaladejo to the plate, and he twirls this to the outside corner. A strike called, 2-1. Wilson parting company with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs during the offseason, and that lineup probably could use a Zach Wilson. They've got a lot of good singles hitters. Swinging a ground ball pulled foul right now, and maybe it's just temporary since we're only a week into the season, but that Blue Crabs lineup seemed to be lacking some power. 16 hits, all singles last night. They've got some guys with some pretty good approaches. I was very impressed with Frank Martinez. I was very impressed with the young guy, Johnny Bladell. But one extra base hit for Southern Maryland in 3 games. Could have been Barnstormers pitching. That played a role, I'm sure. To Wilson, popped up. This near the screen. De La Rosa comes back. He runs out of room. Albaladejo back to even on Zach Wilson at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. Playing the top half of the first inning, getting the home part of the schedule underway here tonight. It's been really a spectacular day. It is cloudy this evening, so the glare is not the issue that it can be on many nights. Here's the pitch. This is popped up to shallow right. Noel going back, Galen coming in. Blake calls him off. He is there to make the catch. That's out number 2. And here is Michael Burgess, the lefty batting first baseman. Burgess off to a slower start this year. 1 out of 17 on the campaign to this point. Albaladejo looking to keep York off the scoreboard here in the first inning. Shift is on. Noel playing shallow right. Frias is to the right side of second base, and Tyler Bortnick is playing shortstop right now. It was a shift similar to this in York that actually led to the Barnstormers undoing. Burgess actually pulled the ball to short. There's a ground ball. He made it through the seam, a base hit into right field. Long throw from Galen over toward third. Nobody was there to cover third base, and that throw bounces through. It's going to allow a run to score. There's one of the problems with the shift. If you beat it, and Burgess did, pulling the ball in between Terdoslavich and Noel, which was not easy, there's nobody to cover third base. And Casilla steamed around, and nobody was at the bag. Galen threw there, and the ball bounced all the way through to the screen, allowing a run to score. Casilla comes across. There will be no RBI, and an error will be charged on that play. And I would have to think to Galen. Now here is catcher Luis Cruz, the hottest hitter for York. Early in the season, he had the hit that beat the Barnstormers last Sunday, a 2-run single in the 7th. After the error as Burgess batted against the shift. The delivery is a called strike on Cruz. It is 0-1. Burgess twice now has hit ground balls that have beaten the shift in some way, shape, or form. Caused difficulty to the Barnstormers defense. Breaking ball is low. This gets away from De La Rosa, and on to third goes Burgess. Not sure how that one's going to be scored. And that will also, if it's a wild pitch, make the run earned. That's going to be called a pass ball, however. So the run unearned for the moment still. To Cruz, breaking ball, swing and a miss. 1 run home for the York Revolution in the top half of the first inning. Singles by Mitchell and Burgess. Cruz bats 1-1. He's got a second runner over at third. Albaladejo ready to go. He's working from a full line. Dips the pitch low. 2-1. Jose Tabata, right-handed batting designated hitter, waits on deck. Middle infielders are back quite a ways. The offering to Cruz. That's a breaking ball and called third strike. Cruz goes down looking. It'll get the Barnstormers out of the inning, but York scores one on 2 hits with 1 error. A runner left at third at the end of a half an inning here tonight. It is York 1. The Barnstormers are coming up.
You're totally probably safe to ride on your spare for what, 6, maybe 9 months?
Don't trust the wrong advice. Get the right tires at the right price right away. It's what we've been doing at Jack Williams Tire right here in Pennsylvania since our family started this business back in 1929. Because doing things the right way is just the Williams way. Get the right tires right now at jackwilliams.com.
Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933, but did you know that they offer degrees in much more than just Bible? LBC offers degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees in areas like Christian care, chaplaincy, education, and leadership studies. To learn more about LBC and the programs they offer, visit lbc.edu. That's lbc.edu. Like Jonathan Albaladejo, Mitch Adkins has spent some time at the major league level. Adkins with the Orioles and the Chicago Cubs. Previously in this league, he played for the Somerset Patriots. This year with York, making his second start. He faced the Barnstormers last weekend. He had the Saturday night game and allowed 7 hits and 2 runs in 4 innings. The explosion by the Barnstormers came later. That's 1-0 in favor of York. The run turns to Albaladejo unearned. Darian Sanford leads off for the Barnstormers here tonight. Sanford hitting .385 with 6 runs batted in. And we'll see if the faithful here in Lancaster get to experience the same offense that the Barnstormers put together on the road. It was something to watch. The pitch to Darian, swinging a foul out of play off to the left. It is 0-1. It is very cloudy here tonight and could rain much later on. Nothing imminent as we speak. 1 strike to count. And outside and low to Sanford. We go to 1-1. Tyler Bortnick on deck, and then Blake Galen. The Lancaster Barnstormers will look to get that run right back. Third baseman Zach Wilson up on the grass against Sanford, who takes a 2nd strike at the knees on the outside corner. Wilson's at third. The shortstop is Ryan Dent. Alexi Casilla is at second base. Michael Burgess at first. Ruby Silva, Travis Witherspoon, and Jared Mitchell from left to right. Luis Cruz doing the catching. Inside and low. Sanford with the take, and the count is 2-2. Darian's folks expected at the game tonight. 2-2. The man who has turned into a very fine leadoff hitter for the Barnstormers here the past couple of seasons. He spoils the pitch, foul back into the screen, still 2 balls and 2 strikes. For those of you who are curious, the Barnstormers did add the extensions to the net, protecting the crowd now all the way to the near edge of both dugouts. 2-2, fouled away again by Sanford. And Darian can stay up there for a while. Even at 2-2, Wilson doesn't concede much ground over at third. He's still up ahead of the bag. The motion and the pitch, line center field. Sanford's on again. His hitting streak is alive at 7. The Barnstormers underway. With Sanford aboard, it puts a little added pressure on Atkins and Cruz, the battery. Tyler Bortnick will step in. Bortnick with a monster 3-run home run. And the Barnstormers' big comeback last night, hitting 160 on the year, 4 out of 25 with a home run. And now 6 runs batted in. Sanford, the base runner, we'll see if he takes off here. He's 3 for 4 in the stolen base category. Pickoff throw to first, handled by Burgess. Sanford back in. Josh Bell coaching first base. Ross Peoples over at third. Lancaster trailing by 1, trying to get that run and maybe more back with Sanford already on board. Another throw to first, and Darian dives back in. He draws so much attention whenever he is on base, and the same could be said for the man at the bottom of the Barnstormers lineup, Rico Noel. And with them batting 9-1, it can drive opposing teams insane. Another throw over, and Sanford back in a third time. Now, last night in the 8th inning, Joey Wagman eventually wore him down. Time is called so Sanford can dust himself off after dive number 3. Wilson again up on the grass over at third. Here's the pitch to Bortnick, and it's actually behind Tyler. He's still looking for that target on his back. And what did Tyler Bortnick ever do? He was hit back-to-back games at Southern Maryland. And the first pitch here was actually in back of him. Ball 1, no strikes with Galen waiting on deck. Sanford out to a lead. He's going to go. The pitch is inside. The throw by Cruz will be late and skip away out into shallow left center field. Sanford will dart toward third. Throw from Witherspoon is also late. The Barnstormers get the runner to third with nobody out. The 4th steal of the season for Darian Sanford, and a throwing error charged to catcher Luis Cruz. Lancaster with stolen base number 18 for the season. Tyler Bortnick, meanwhile, has the advantage in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. 3 shots to get this run home. And York will give it up on a ball hit to the middle. Bortnick's going to square. He pops it up, fouls it to the screen. That was a safety squeeze. Sanford was not charging home from third. 2 balls, 1 strike to Tyler Bortnick. Denton Casilla played back. Wilson and Burgess at the corners are up. Here's the motion, and a Bortnick 2-1 pitch. Slips past the outside corner low. 3-1. It has been a less than pretty first inning. An unearned run in the top of the inning, and conceivably one in the bottom of the inning. 3-1 to Bortnick. Tyler with a fly ball well foul, launched down the right field line. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Atkins would love a strikeout here. Right-hander from North Carolina is Mitch Atkins. Witherspoon cheats a little more toward right center field. Here's the payoff pitch. Bortnick fouls this to the screen. And the 3-2 count will ride to Tyler Bortnick. Atkins looks over toward third. The 3-2 pitch is lined to right field, fairly deep. Mitchell going back on it, and he will make the catch on the warning track, silhouetted against the video board out there. Home to score is Darian Sanford on the sacrifice fly. The Barnstormers have tied it up at 1. Bortnick with his 7th RBI of the season, tied for the club lead. Right now an unearned run. Here's Blake Galen. 8 for 23 with 7 runs batted in. He lost a 6-game hitting streak last night because he didn't get much of a chance. He walked 4 times but struck out the other. If all you do is walk, then the hitting streak technically is intact. Galen taking a pitch inside and low here. Ball 1, no strikes. Joey Tardoslavich, the switch hitting first baseman, waits on deck. Barnstormers in York tied at 1, bottom half of the first inning. Each side guilty of an error. To Galen. It is ball 2 down low. 2 balls and no strikes. And because it is a 1-1 ball game, the scoreboard reads differently. Promotion from our tech company, 1-1. Blake Galen with a pop-up. That's going to blow back into the seats. Landing in the crowd behind home plate. 2 balls and a strike to Blake. Galen played to pull in this ballpark. Atkins ready to go. Ball 3, high and outside. A single, a stolen base, a throwing error, and a sacrifice fly for the Barnstormers at the outset of the night. This team showing an ability to score. Galen now gets a walk. 5 of his last 6 plate appearances have been walks. It's his 9th of the year. And here is Terdoslavich. Joey's 5 for 23, but with 6 runs batted in. The official log has him with 5, but the change was not noted last night that he had that last at bat in the sacrifice fly. Swing, and there's a ball belted deep to right field. Way back it goes, and Joey Terdoslavich with a home run in his first Atlantic League at bat at Clipper Magazine Stadium. He's boosted the Barnstormers to a 3-1 lead. Terdoslavich with a line drive off the Hallard tent toward right center field. Lancaster jumps ahead by a pair, still only 1 out in the inning, and Trayvon Robinson will step in. Trayvon is 7 for 20 with a double and a triple. Both of those came last night, as did his 1 RBI so far this year.
Let's go, Trayvon!
Very little question about that as soon as it left Joey T's bat. Atkins to Robinson, a strike to the inside corner. It's 0-1. Trayvon with a .500 on-base percentage so far this year. This ball club has been quite remarkable offensively. That is rolled out ahead of the plate. Up with it is the catcher, Cruz. He will fire down Robinson with accidental contact, retired 2-3. Atkins picks up the second out. Kyle Waldrop will step in. Waldrop with a very nice series against Southern Maryland. He struggled at York last weekend, but he had an extra base hit each of the 3 games down at Regency Furniture Stadium. 2 doubles and a home run, and last night the go-ahead 3-run homer. 174 for the year with a homer and 5 runs batted in. Terdoslavich talked about how well he hit to the opposite field at Southern Maryland, as did Waldrop. But now in this yard, with the shorter right field, Terdoslavich making the adjustment. We'll see if Waldrop does the same and pull that ball toward right field. Kyle Waldrop out of the way of a low inside breaking ball. 2-0. Shortstop Vladimir Frias waits on deck. The Barnstormers roar back with 3 on the board in the bottom half of the first inning. Two outs, nobody on base. Atkins to Kyle Waldrop, and a strike. Runs to the outside corner, make it 2-1. Into the motion, swinging. It's tapped foul at home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Waldrop. A 26th pitch thrown by Atkins here in the opening inning. Good crowd up in the Hallard Pavilion tonight. Ball 3 is low, 3-2. If you haven't been here for the meet and greet or any one of the spring training games, there are some great new additions to this ballpark. Right field has been completely redone on the other side of the wall. with the broken bat deck, the Haller Pavilion, and the Annie Bailey's backyard. Now a ball pulled down the right field line by Waldrop. That's going to rattle off the board, and up with it in a hurry is Mitchell. He will hold Waldrop to a loud, long single. And that's where the wall takes away from the left-handed batters. Waldrop, in other ballparks, might have a double, almost certainly, or possibly a triple on a ball hit like that, but it can't go very far. It rattled off the boards 300 feet away, and as long as the outfielder plays it cleanly, he can hold it to a single. Vladimir Frias stepping in. Vlad's off to a good start, 7 for 21 with 2 doubles and 2 runs batted in. Here's the pitch from Atkins, fired outside, ball 1, no strikes. Third hit for the Barnstormers tonight. They've already picked up a walk as well. To Frias, swinging a foul. He tried to yank that one out to right field, but instead fouled it back the other way. 1-1 to the switch hitting shortstop. Catcher Anderson De La Rosa is due next. The set. Here's the pitch, fouled off. Ball 1, 2 strikes to Frias, the 7th man to step in for the Barnstormers here in the home half of the first inning. Vladimir played to the opposite field. He's got plenty of room in right center here. Pulled up the middle, that's a base hit into right center field. They've got a long way to go to get that. Around to third goes Waldrop, and Frias, after making a wide turn, pulls up at first base. He yanked that ball toward right center field. There wasn't anybody there. There was an enormous gap in between Witherspoon and Mitchell. Frias didn't have quite enough on it to get it all the way through to the wall, however. Lancaster has runners at first and third for De La Rosa. Anderson 2 for 17. He does have a home run. Paul Fletcher is going to pay a visit to Atkins at the mound. The Barnstormers stacking the hits and the runners here in the opening inning, and as well the trainer Chong Choi, who has been an unfortunately busy man, is headed out to the middle, and it looks like checking in on Alexi Casilla, the second baseman. Atkins, the right-hander, 4-3 and 11 starts for Somerset last year. Walked 13, struck out 59 in 62 innings of work. But he is, in the first inning anyway, run into a Barnstormers offense that right now is a buzzsaw. Be tough to keep up this pace for all 126 games. The Barnstormers' attack has been something else. De La Rosa will try to add to the 3-run inning. The trainer Choi, manager Mark Mason, still checking in on the second baseman Casilla. They've already lost Cuevas, they've lost Mesa. Casilla will stay in here. Mark Mason can't really afford to lose anybody else at the outset. He only has Tyler Clark back on the bench, if my math is correct. De La Rosa will come to the plate from the right side. Barnstormers catcher for the second straight year. Very solid year last year, 255 for him, 3 home runs, and 38 driven in. Runner goes from first. The pitch is high and inside. Now a play behind the lead runner at third. Frias stealing second easily. Waldrop able to dive back in. And Anderson De La Rosa is batting 1-0 with 2 runners in scoring position. Give Frias his first stolen base of the year. A home run and a couple of stolen bases in the first inning. You want to talk Barnstormers baseball? This is it. at least at the outset of this 2018 season. 2 men in scoring position. De La Rosa tries to cash in. Atkins to the plate, and Anderson will look at a strike. It is 1-1. It's also been a painfully long first inning for Atkins, who has thrown 34 pitches. Waldrop up the line from third. Frias off second. To De La Rosa. He pops this up. Third baseman Zach Wilson into foul territory. That ball is drifting back, and it's dropped by the catcher Cruz. 2 runs will score, and De La Rosa will get the second. The wind played havoc with it, and the inning is alive for the Barnstormers. It was popped up into foul territory on the third base side. Wilson cut across the foul line, running almost toward the apron. Then the wind pushed that all the way back into fair ground. Cruz tried to help out at the last minute, and he dropped the ball. Waldrop and Frias are home. It's 5-1. De La Rosa making it all the way to the second, and the Barnstormers' hottest hitter of everybody, Rico Noel, steps in. He is 13 out of 24. It has gotten exceedingly windy here in Lancaster. The Atkins pitch is inside to Rico. Ball 1, no strikes. We're still awaiting a ruling on that last play. It will be an error on the catcher. To Noel, a breaking ball on the inside corner. Count is even at 1-1 strike. So no RBI for De La Rosa, but Lancaster with its third inning this year of 5 or more runs. We're only in the 8th game. Noel has to turn out of the way. The pitch inside to him. 2-1 strike. Darian Sanford, who led off the game with a solid single to center for the Barnstormers, waits on deck. 5-1. That run scored by York in the top of the inning in the rearview mirror now. Here's the pitch. Noel pops another one up. Fly balls could be an adventure in that wind. Witherspoon going over, and then he'll give it to Mitchell at the end. Noel flies out to end it, but the Barnstormers pick up 5 runs. They do it with 4 hits. There were 2 errors. 1 runner is left in scoring position. And at the end of 1 inning complete, it is Lancaster 5 and York 1.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Jose Tabata will lead off the second for the York Revolution. The DH is 3 for 16. He has a double, 1 home run, and He has knocked in 3 on the young campaign, the one-time Pittsburgh Pirate. Spent a lot of time bouncing back and forth between Pittsburgh and Indianapolis through Tabata. About 6 years worth of that. First pitch strike. It is 0-1 from Jonathan Albaladejo, who has been staked to a 4-run lead. Albaladejo back into the motion and catches the inside corner. 0-2 on Tabata. This has to be a little bit of a lift for Jonathan. He is low to Tabata. Ball 1, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, wrapped past the mound. Waiting for a third hop is Noel. Easy play for Rico. Tabata retired, 4-3. One down, Ruby Silva will step to the plate. Silva, 192 on the young season. A man who had the tremendous September for the York Revolution a year ago. 11 out of 29 and improved upon that in the playoffs. Standing here with 1 out, nobody on. Silva lives in Miami, native of Cuba. First pitch from Albaladejo from Puerto Rico, who now lives in Tampa. Ball 1 is outside, 1-0. Jonathan's offering is lobbed out to left field. This will hold up on the wind out there, and an easy play for Trayvon Robinson. 2 men down, Ryan Dent stepping in. The shortstop, 3 for 17 with the home run that beat the Barnstormers at opening night at York. And those remain his lone 3 runs batted in. This guy has had a knack over time for hurting the Barnstormers both with the glove and the bat. The motion by Albaladejo. First pitch, strike back to the inside corner. And it looks like Jonathan is settling into a rhythm. His velocity improving here in the second inning. And he's facing York for the second straight time, so perhaps a different approach tonight as well. Fouled away. He has Dent 0-2. The elder statesman in the Barnstormers clubhouse, Jonathan Albaladejo. Dealing 0-2 to Dent. Breaking ball grounded to the shortstop. Picked by Frias. He'll throw low, and Terdoslavich nicely handles the in-between hop. 6-3. And a 1-2-3 inning for Jonathan Albaladejo. Nothing across. Here in the top of the second, we're through 1.5 with Lancaster leading 5-1.
We can't help but always want more, especially on the road. More horsepower, heightened handling, elevated design. Get more out of your drive with a Lexus IS. Bold styling, track-tuned handling, available 311 horsepower. Experience the exhilaration of the IS 350 and IS 300. Available in F-Sport and all-wheel drive. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
Enjoy weekends with the Barnstormers all season long. Every Friday evening home game will feature a different giveaway ranging from t-shirts to beach towels to backpacks. On Saturdays, enjoy the best entertainment doubleheader there is with Barnstormers baseball followed by fireworks. Sundays are fun days at the ballpark. Get autographs from some of your favorite Barnstormers players and play catch on the field before the game. Once the game is over, it's a Domino's Pizza Kids Base Run. Call 717-509-HITS to order your tickets or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com. And we'll see you at the ballpark. wonderful night here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The Barnstormers lead 5-1 as we head into the bottom half of the second inning. Darian Sanford will lead it off. Sanford with a base hit, a stolen base, and a run scored in the first inning. His job exactly, lined into right field. He's got a base hit here. Over to collect it is Mitchell. Sanford is 2 for 2. Sanford's rent's in town, and he gets even better. He was one of the first guys that Ross Peoples signed as a manager. Ross had seen video, was impressed, and Darian Sanford is going to have his place in Barnstormers history. Tyler Bortnick stepping in. Sac fly for him the first time up. Throw to first again, chasing Sanford. Lancaster has already swiped 2 bags here tonight. 19 now for the season. Defense at double play depth to Bortnick. It is a strike on the inside corner at the knees. 0-1 to the Lancaster third baseman. Blake Galen on deck, and then Joey Trdoslavich. Another throw over toward first. This one breaks free briefly from Michael Burgess. One strike on Bortnick. Wilson, even with the bag at third, and there's another throw. Sanford just gets in pitchers' heads. You always have to anticipate him running. He's going to go. The pitch is high and inside. The cruise throw will not be in time. Darian Sanford, his second steal of this game. The Barnstormers with yet another runner in scoring position. Sanford now tying Rico Noel for the club lead. They each have 5 stolen bases for the season. That could be an interesting battle for as long as both of them are here. Bortnick bats with a runner in scoring position. There's nothing that says Sanford won't go to third. To Bortnick 1-1, strike 2 on the inside corner. Now Tyler will look to get the ball on the right side, but he's still backed up by Galen and Trdoslavich. The Barnstormers have the chance to get run number 6 home. 1-2. Bortnick lets it spin outside and low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Lancaster third baseman. Yep. 5 hits already picked up by the Barnstormers tonight. Atkins ready. Here's the 2-2. Bortnick has to jackknife out of the way. He has worked it to a full count. And you had the hits, the walks, and the hit batters together. The Barnstormers have averaged better than 16 base runners a game. Bortnick stays alive with a trickler foul up the third baseline. Once again, Atkins with the payoff. Line drive, right field. That is in for a base hit. Mitchell has it in a hurry. Sanford will have to be held at third as a strong throw comes in. Tyler Bortnick, another line drive the other way. Lancaster with men at the corners. Blake Galen coming to the plate. Galen walked back in the first inning. We've got him and Trdoslavich and Trayvon Robinson. Sanford at third, Bortnick at first, nobody out. With salivate here, more than a dog at an all-meat buffet. This offense has come home and has not disappointed here in the early going. To Galen, line drive and a base hit to right field. Bordnick had to do the limbo to get out of the way, but he did successfully. Galen picks up the RBI at 6-1, and here's Terdoslavich. He had a 2-run homer back in the first inning. 3 straight line drive singles to right field against Atkins in the second inning. Terdoslavich looks to add to another big inning for the Barnstormers. 7 hits already. And Joey gives one a ride to right. It's up in the wind. Way back it goes. And the walls will not contain this one either. Terdoslavich with home runs in back-to-back innings. A 5 RBI night, and the Barnstormers lead 9-1. Wow. What have Ross and JB put together here? Terdoslavich was all right on the road trip. He comes home and he turns into an absolute monster in this yard. Here's Trayvon Robinson, still nobody out here in the second inning. Robinson tapped out back in the first. Atkins into the line. Trayvon pops this up. Watch the wind. Cruz will square up underneath and surround this one, putting it away. Now Robinson's 0 for 2 tonight. A little bit of a respite of sorts for Mitch Atkins. Now here's Kyle Waldrop. He ripped a base hit into right field back in the first inning himself. Lancaster, a ball club hitting .302 at the outset of play tonight, is 8 for 12 in this one. 1 out in the inning as Waldrop digs in. Right-handed action in the bullpen for York has started. Ball 1 outside to Kyle. Frias, the on-deck batter. Strike catches the outside corner. It is 1-1. Lancaster and Jonathan Albaladejo enjoying an 8-run lead in the bottom of the second. Waldrop pulls a ground ball. This is softly hit to the first baseman Burgess in fair territory. 2 up and 2 down since the Terdoslavich home run. Here is Vlad. Single, a stolen base, and a run scored for Frias in that opening inning. For the Barnstormers tonight, 2 home runs, 3 stolen bases, and 8 hits total. They have drawn 1 walk. It is 9-1 in the lower half of the second inning. To Frias, rubber up the first baseline foul. No balls and 1 strike. To the outer edge. It is 0-2. Atkins has certainly cut down on the number of pitches he's thrown this inning. Barnstormers were attacking him early, those first 4 batters. Wow. Ball 1 is outside and low. De La Rosa waits on deck. Good crowd on hand for the home opener, and they have to be enjoying what they see. Breaking ball inside, almost hits Vlad. Somehow he eluded it. Now 2-2 to the Barnstormers shortstop. Still a lot of room in right center. He pops it up to short left. This is going to be a tricky play. The shortstop Dent going out, the third baseman Wilson going out, and it falls in. Fair territory along the line. Frias goes to second, and he overslides the bag and is tagged out there. He'll get a single, and the out will be recorded by the second baseman Casilla from the third baseman Wilson, who recovered it. Well, the Barnstormers pick up 4 runs in the inning on 5 hits. There were no errors, and as it turns out, nobody left on base. We're at the end of 2 And it's already the Lancaster Barnstormers 9 and the York Revolution 1.
Enjoy a weeknight with the Barnstormers and leave with your wallet largely intact. Come on out on Munchie Mondays for all you can eat nachos, dogs, fries, popcorn, and soda for 2 hours. Or how about Koozie Tuesdays, where fans of legal age can enjoy $2 domestic drafts from 6:30 to 8. Bring your dog on Wiener Wednesdays and enjoy delicious dollar dogs as well. Or on Thrifty Thursday, popcorn is just $1, sodas are $2, and lawn seats are only $3. Call 717-509-HITS to order your tickets or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com. And we'll see you at the ballpark.
Okay, John, shelves are stocked.
So are the new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
Like word search, with top prizes of 20 grand.
Yep, winning's never been faster.
Not faster than me clearing these shelves.
Dude, I hope you're even faster at restocking.
Yeah.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Here's Travis Witherspoon to get things underway in the top half of the third inning. Jonathan Albaladejo facing the number 9 hitter. Witherspoon had a great start to his year. He was 6 for 11, just 1 for 13 since. First pitch from Albie here across for a strike. It is 0-1. Jonathan Albaladejo is he's a big guy. Smack back to the mound and he bare hands it. A toss to first. 5 in a row, retired by Albaladejo. Just a testament to how big his paws are. This guy is just a very, very large individual, Albaladejo, and he handled a sharp one hopper by Travis Witherspoon as if it were nothing, as if somebody had just lobbed the tennis ball to him. First pitch to Jared Mitchell is low. Mitchell with a single and was forced at second base in the opening inning. 9-1 Lancaster, top half of inning 3. Albaladejo asks for De La Rosa to go through the signs again. I couldn't get up the nerve the other night on the bus as Albaladejo was sitting in front of me in flip-flops with his foot propped up. Bouncer foul to ask him what his shoe size is. But I would imagine he goes a good 15 or 16. I would be surprised were it anything less. And has been to the major leagues with 3 different clubs. Jonathan Albaladejo working here, a ball and a strike to Jared Mitchell. It is low, 2-1. Really stiff wind blowing from left across to right. Driven out toward left center field. Sanford and Robinson converge. Darian dives, and he makes a great catch again. Put a star by that one in the scorebook. Darian Sanford. Last night, did he or didn't he? He won't tell. He got the call eventually from the umpiring crew. Here, this one was clean. A spectacular play. Robbing extra bases from Jared Mitchell. 2 outs. Alexi Casilla, the second baseman, will come in. Casilla, safe on a fielder's choice back in the first inning and ultimately scored the York run. Albaladejo ready to go. He sails the pitch high and outside. Ball 1, no strikes. Oh, what a play for Sanford. On top of being 2 for 2 with 2 stolen bases. Swing and a miss. Pitch tailed away from Casilla, now 1-1. As I mentioned, Darian's parents, I believe, are here. I knew they were coming, and he is putting on a show for the fam. Ground ball toward the right side. Rico Noel is there. Easy inning for El Baladejo here in the third, with some help from that guy in center field, the biggest guy and the smallest guy on the ball club teaming up to put together a 1-2-3 inning. In the top half of the third, we'll go to the bottom of the third inning. The Barnstormers are up 9-1.
Learn from the pros right here in Lancaster. The Lancaster Barnstormers are offering 2 3-day-long youth clinics this summer with instruction on pitching, hitting, fielding, and base running. Each session, led by veteran professional players, will last from 9 until noon with lunch to follow. Choose from June 19th to 21st or July 24th to 26th. So learn what it takes to succeed on the field and off. Call the Barnstormers office at 717-509-HITS or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com. Space is limited. Act now.
Introducing the all-new Lexus RX 350L, designed for room. Room for a power-folding third row. Room for up to 7. And room for the unexpected. The 3-row RXL. It's the RX with room for more. Experience the innovative RXL and RXL hybrid. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
RX 450HL arriving spring 2018.
Things seem to have gone from bad to worse for the York Revolution. Alexi Casilla, we had seen Chong Choi tend to him earlier tonight. He is out of the ball game. Ruby Silva has gone from left field to second base. Jose Tabata, the DH, goes out to left field, and that means the DH is lost for tonight. The pitchers will bat for the York Revolution, and only Tyler Clark is available off the bench, their other catcher. Anderson De La Rosa leads off the top half of the third for the Barnstorm, or the bottom of the third rather, against Mitch Atkins. First pitch to De La Rosa is low. Ball 1, no strikes. Everything breaking the Barnstormers' way, trying to win their 4th in a row and advance to 5-3. The windup, the Atkins pitch, knocks De La Rosa back off the plate. It is 2 balls and no strikes. Atkins comes back. He dances it outside, 3-0. It was Casilla that made the last out in the top of the third inning. York has to get some reinforcements in. They're running out of bodies in a hurry. Strike taken by De La Rosa, now 3-1. Noel and Sanford will follow. Mitch Atkins ready to go. The pitch is yanked foul down the left field line. It'll end up not quite as foul as it started off. It ends up on the hill as the wind started to push that back toward the field of play. De La Rosa bats 3-2. Anderson already has hit 1 ball up into the breeze tonight that played tricks with the York defense, and it fell in off the glove of catcher Luis Cruz as 2 more runs scored. The 4th and 5th runs of the opening inning. Here's the 3-2. Slap foul outside first base. A holding count of full on Anderson De La Rosa. Lancaster with 5 runs in the first, 4 more in the second. Joey Trdoslavich having the biggest night of all with a couple of home runs and 5 runs driven in. De La Rosa swings and hits that ball up into the wind out in left field, so it's going to go nowhere. Coming in for it is Tabata. He will make the catch. That is out number 1. Rico Noel will come to the plate.
Like clockwork. Gigs are there, bro.
Noel fly to right field, back in the first inning. Darian Sanford on deck. He'll bat for the third time in 3 innings. Atkins to Rico. First pitch strike. It is 0-1. Noel, in the last game he played against York, was 5 for 5 and then was lifted because he tweaked his groin a little bit. Ball low and outside here. It's 1-1. Off the inside corner, Noel gains the advantage. 2 balls and a strike. Atkins may now have to bat. Here comes the 2-1. Ball 3 is low. 3 balls, 1 strike to Noel. Lancaster already, even without the error, 10 base runners in this game. The average over 16 per contest. That is putting a lot of guys out there. Popped up by Noel. That will drift to the seats. Over on the first base side. Far out of play. Full count to Noel. One out, nobody aboard against Atkins here in the third. He's thrown 69 pitches to this point in the ballgame. Inside, Noel will get the walk. There's a 1-out base runner for the Barnstormers. Atkins issues his second free pass. And here is Sanford, who has singled twice, stolen second base twice, and scored twice. First time he's been up there this evening, not leading off an inning. Ground ball, shortstop here. This conceivably is 2. Throw to short, back to first, and they double up Darian. 6-4-3. He goes first pitch, swinging again, and grounds into a rare double play. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. 3 innings in the books tonight. It is 9-1 in favor of the Barnstormers.
I got Deanna with me. C out of the start section 21. We got a $5 bill, Deanna. And we also have a PSECU check card. This card's going to race across 2 sections. You pick the winner. You're going to get a prize. What do you think? Come around, guys. Who's going to win this race? You're going with the card. Are you guys ready? Get set. Go. There you go. Card is really deep, Deanna. A couple flips down to the finish line.
Like craft beers, local wines? Well, the best place to be in Lancaster then is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right, all new for 2018 is the Broken Bat deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat will feature more than 20 local craft breweries and product from 2 local wineries. If something with a little more kick is your adult beverage of choice, a local distillery is part of the Broken Bat as well. Food will be sold off a pub-style menu, so get together, hang out with your friends, make some new ones, and enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with the Barnstormers game.
AMT Concerts presents Rock at the Park Festival, Saturday, July 21st, featuring sets from Fuel, Eve 6, Sister Hazel, Long Beach Dub All-Stars, Fastball, and more. Rock at the Park, Saturday, July 21st, at Clipper Magazine Stadium, Lancaster. Tickets on sale now at rockatthepark.com.
Through 3 innings tonight, 9 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, 1 left for Lancaster. A run on 2 hits with 2 errors, 1 left for the York Revolution. Zach Wilson leads off the 4th against Jonathan Albaladejo. Wilson flied out back in the first inning. The right fielder Galen coming in. Albaladejo spins a slider. It's knocked foul at a play. 0-1 to Wilson. Barnstormers, when they have won, they have scored big. Inside a ball. In Lancaster's 4 victories, they have piled up 36 runs. Swing and a miss. Second strike to Zach Wilson. 1-2. Right-handed batting third baseman. Had a double and a 3-run homer last weekend. The home run hit off of Albaladejo. Jonathan is down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fireworks tonight, fireworks tomorrow. Swing and a miss. Albaladejo strikes out his second tonight. Michael Burgess comes in. He's the last base runner for the Revs, a single through the shift. And out into right field, back in the first inning. Albaladejo since has retired 8 in a row. He made a heck of a stop against Witherspoon. Darian Sanford an even better play against Mitchell last inning. The shift is on again. Noel goes to shallow right field. Albaladejo is inside. Ball 1, no strikes to Burgess. 1 out, nobody aboard. Top half of inning 4. There's a ball hit high and far to right field. Angling back is Galen. The walls will not contain this. Michael Burgess with his first home run of the year puts a dent in the Barnstormers' lead. It is now a 9-2 ball game. Now you get the ball in the air to right field tonight, it's gone. Burgess really, I didn't think, got that much of a swing in there, and there was no chance that Blake Galen would have a play. The catcher Cruz, the batter, he struck out looking back in the first inning. York gets a run back. Albaladejo works to Cruz. It's fouled at the dish. No balls and a strike. Top half of the fourth inning. We'll take a look at what else is going on around the Atlantic League tonight. Road Warriors up 8-4 over New Britain. They have found some life, playing the top of the fifth inning. Long Island 12, Southern Maryland 2, bottom of the fourth. Chopper foul up the line at third, and a second strike on Cruz. Somerset and Sugar Land just underway down in Texas. What's gotten into the Road Warriors? They swept York in a doubleheader on Wednesday, scoring 10 runs in game 2. And now 8 on the board at New Britain in the top of the fifth inning. The Albaladejo pitch fouled into the dirt. No play for De La Rosa. Still 0-2. Get to the Major League schedule here, the scoreboard when we have a chance. Upstairs, that is ball 1 on Cruz. Tabata, the left fielder, waits on deck. Indians and the Yankees are scoreless in the fourth, up in the Bronx. Washington Nationals have the Phillies down 7-0 in the bottom of the third. A foul ball back here. Still 2 strikes on Cruz, who won't go away. Colorado visiting the Mets. And the Rockies having the better of it so far, 6-2. They're in the bottom of the third. Charlie Blackmon has hit his 11th. Cincinnati up 4-0 over Miami in the third inning. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss at the big curveball. Cruz is gone on strikes for the second time. Make it 3 for Albaladejo. And here's Tabata. Tampa Bay up 2-1 over Toronto. They're in the bottom half of inning number 4. San Francisco leading 3-2 early at Atlanta, just in the second inning. Red Sox and the Rangers are just underway. Similar story, Pittsburgh at Milwaukee, Minnesota at the White Sox. Albaladejo goes to work on Tabata, missing outside, a ball 1-0. Cubs at the Cardinals. Detroit at Kansas City coming up very shortly. Ground ball toward the middle, knocked down by Albaladejo. He picks it back up and shovels it off the first. That took the glove right off of Albaladejo's hand. And Jared Binner out to make sure he's okay. 1-3 on the conversion. Albaladejo ends up gloveless at the end of the play, but ends the inning 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We are midway through the 4th here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. It is now the Barnstormers 9 and the York Revolution 2.
I'll let you announce first, okay? I'll tell you what to say.
You're totally probably safe to ride on your spare for what, 6, maybe 9 months?
Don't trust the wrong advice. Get the right tires at the right price right away. It's what we've been doing at Jack Williams Tire right here in Pennsylvania since our family started this business back in 1929. Because doing things the right way is just the Williams way. Get the right tires right now at jackwilliams.com.
Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933, but did you know that they offer degrees in much more than just Bible? LBC offers degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees in areas like Christian care, chaplaincy, education, and leadership studies. To learn more about LBC and the programs they offer, visit lbc.edu. That's lbc.edu.
Tyler Bortnick will lead off the 4th inning. He has a sac fly and a single tonight. 1 run scored, 1 run batted in. 9-2 in favor of Lancaster here in the 4th. Mitch Adkins remains on the hill. Galen and Terdoslavich will follow. It's ball 1 down low, 1 ball, no strikes. Bortnick now being cheated to the opposite field. Atkins to the plate. He twirls a breaking ball to the inner edge. We go to 1-1. Lancaster 1 blow away from reaching double figures in runs for the 3rd time already this season. To the outside edge now from Atkins. It's 1-2. Mitch Atkins proving to be a great teammate out there. He's just fighting to get every out he can for his York Ball Club. Ball 2 inside and low to Bortnick, 2-2. Tough start for him. Breaker 2, things could have gone a little better anyway. Those first couple of innings, 7 of the 9 runs are earned. Bortnick gets a break. He'll step away before the 2-2 pitch arrives. Delivered and a ground ball foul past Ross Peoples down the 3rd base side. Tyler Bortnick still in at 2-2. He's driven in 7. Galen now has knocked in 8. But Terdoslavich takes over the club, and I would have to think the league lead with 11, depending on what Washington has done tonight for Long Island. Again, they're up 12-2. Well, if I check that box score, I'd know for sure. But keep in mind, we're just in game number 8. So Bortnick, ground ball towards shortstop. Big hop for Dent. Makes it a pretty easy play. Throw across the diamond. Tyler Bortnick's retired. We've got 1 down in the 4th. Here is Galen. Blake has walked and torched a single down the right side. Blake hasn't contributed a home run yet. You have to believe those will come. But this is a man who has reached base now 19 times in less than 8 games. That's pretty unbelievable. to the outside corner for a strike. It is 0-1 from Atkins. Lancaster up 9-2. The offense has slowed down a bit since the last Terdoslavich home run. Outside, Galen bats at a ball and a strike, and Joey T's on deck. First one a line drive, the second one a fly ball that had no chance to stay in here with the way the wind is blowing. Ball outside to Galen. Blake is up there, 2 balls and a strike. 9 hits for Blake, 9 walks, and he has been hit by a pitch. His on-base percentage in the stratosphere. He gets ball 3 now. 3 balls and 1 strike. If I have the numbers right in my head, his on-base percentage, .559. 3-1, and he drives it out the right field. Way back it goes, and this one is caught at the wall by Jared Mitchell. Galen yanked it toward the right field wall. He didn't get quite enough of it, and Mitchell, again, vanishing into the logo on the scoreboard out there, the video board, made that catch up against blackness. Terdoslavich looking at a strike on the outside corner at the knees. It is 0-1. Galen got his licks in there. Strike 2 at the knees to Joey. Atkins ahead 0-2. The Barnstormers' last hit was Frias's bloop single down the left field line. Back in the second inning. He was thrown out over sliding second base. Terdoslavich gets a breaking ball low. Ball 1, 2 strikes. There has been activity on and off in behind Atkins, who's now thrown 86 pitches in this, his second start of the year. 1-2, sailing up and away. Ball 2 and 2 strikes to the Sarasota native. Atkins ready to go. The 2-2 stroked into center field. Terdoslavich with his 3rd hit of the game. The Barnstormers now at 10. And here is Trayvon Robinson. Nothing out of Trayvon tonight. He is 0 for 2 on 2 balls hit to the catcher Cruz. One a pop up and the other a little tap out in front of the plate. The Barnstormers with a switch hitter count tonight of 4. Garcia and Walker not in the lineup. Upstairs to Robinson. Ball 1, no strikes. Two outs, Terdoslavich aboard. Atkins to the plate, and Trayvon wraps a base hit into center. Terdoslavich will park it second. 2 on in front of Kyle Waldrop. Robinson has been a base runner in every game he's played. Same is true with Sanford and Galen. Here is Waldrop, who has now hit safely in 4 in a row. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. That's 3 straight sharply hit balls off of Mitch Atkins, who may be fatiguing. Waldrop gets a fastball upstairs, ball 1 and no strikes. That's 91 pitches out of Atkins. "11 hits for the Barnstormers through 3 2/3 innings. The set, Waldrop will get ball 2 inside and low. Well, the Barnstormers in this lefty-friendly ballpark have guys who can bat left-handed. 3 through 7 in this batting order, as well as Sanford in the leadoff spot. 2-0 to Waldrop. Swing and a drive. Way back it goes. The walls will not hold this one either. That one out to Clay Street, and it's 12-1. Waldrop takes his turn here in the fourth inning as the Barnstormers continue to pile it on. And the only thing you could do is feel a bit sorry for Mitch Atkins here. 12-1, and that'll bring on Vladimir Frias, who is 2 for 2, but not before it brings the manager, Mark Mason, out to the mound. And Mason, hopefully, mercifully, is bringing the hook with him. He is. There will be better days for Mitch Atkins, a very good right-hander, but all the elements conspire against him here tonight. So he's going to depart after 3 2/3 innings. The Barnstormers already with 3 on the books, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher in the game when we come back right here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Into the ball game for the York Revolution is right-hander Nick Baker out of Bakersfield, California, 6'2", 195 pounds, and 25 years of age is Baker. Vladimir Frias stands in, and he takes a ball inside, which heads on past Cruz, 1-0. 3 Barnstormers home runs tonight, good for 8 out of the ball club's 12 runs. Frias already 2 for 2. Baker gets a pitch to the outer part of the plate, and the count is 1-1. Baker in his 4th game, he's given up 7 hits and 4 runs in 3 2/3 innings. Low to Frias, 2 balls and a strike. In case you're wondering if that's some kind of a record, Atkins giving up 12 runs against the Barnstormers. It's 1 short. High and tight, Frias with a 3-1 edge. Back in our very first season, you may remember how high-scoring some of those games were late in 05. Well, a pitcher by the name of Greg Modica of the Somerset Patriots gave up 13 runs. There's a smash toward the middle. Ruby Silva will plant from shallow center and gun down Frias. A heck of a play by Silva. Wide to his right on what looked like it was going to be Barnstormers base hit number 13. 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits with no errors and nobody left on base. Kyle Waldrop takes his turn here in the bottom half of the 4th, leaving the yard at the end of 4. Lancaster is up 12-1.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Must correct myself. It is 12-2, not 12-1. Jonathan Albaladejo delivers to the now second baseman, Ruby Silva, coming off a very nice play in the field. Turned in against Vladimir Frias, ending the fourth inning. Albaladejo working no balls and a strike. He comes back, missing the inside part of the plate. It is 1-1. Jonathan has allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned so far. He has stayed away from the walk. He has struck out 3. Pitch count in the middle 50s. Time called. Silva will back away. Dent and Witherspoon following in the top half of the 5th inning. Albaladejo works 1-1, gets a swing and a miss out of Silva. Make it a ball and 2 strikes. We've seen 4 home runs here tonight, all to that cozy porch out in right field. Waldrop's by far the longest. Swung on and missed. Silva succumbs. Albaladejo has his stuff working now. The bottom falling out of it. Silva becomes strikeout victim number 4. The batter will be the shortstop Dent. He grounded out to his counterpart Vladimir Frias, his first time up. Burgess, the only guy giving Albaladejo issues tonight. Mitchell to some degree is as well. And then Jonathan has pretty much owned everybody else. This is punched out to left center field. Nobody's getting to that. It'll be played on a couple of bounces by Trayvon Robinson, and Dent is aboard with 1 out here in the 5th inning on the 4th hit for York. The Burgess home run, by the way, just the 2nd extra base hit allowed by Barnstormers pitching in a span of 41 1/3 innings. Andrew Daniel had a double to the wall in left field the other night in Southern Maryland. That goes all the way back to last Saturday. Strike at the knees on Witherspoon. It is 0-1. 1 out. Dent the runner at first. Terdoslavich is holding him here. Albaladejo rests at the belt. Here comes the 1-strike pitch. Popped up foul out of play to the right. It's a quick 0-2. The only starting pitcher so far that really has had a great amount of success against the Barnstormers was Darrell Thompson last night. The Barnstormers coming back to win 10-8 against the relief corps of Southern Maryland. Dominic Severino was pretty good last Sunday. We'll see him again tomorrow. Swung on and missed. Witherspoon becomes strikeout victim number 5. And we turn the lineup over to Mitchell, who is singled and lined out on a sprawling grab by Sanford toward left center field. Be interested to see what the final attendance figure is for the night, but we've got a pretty good turnout on the lawn. The picnic deck is full. The new Annie Bailey's backyard out in right center field is full. Albaladejo works to Mitchell. Ball one inside and low to the former LSU star. He's on my list of people I want to interview this season. Jared Mitchell. Very good player. Breaking ball missing. Albaladejo falls behind 2-0 here. Mitchell bats exclusively left-handed, but he is, as reported, ambidextrous. Albaladejo misses inside, now 3-0. As a Steve McNair fan growing up, a quarterback. The range is found. Mitchell was watching that the entire way. 3-1. Dent the runner at first with 2 gone, top of the 5th. Lancaster ahead by 10 at 12-2. Albaladejo to the set to Mitchell. Line drive nearly took out the base runner Dent. He will hold on at second as Galen fires in. 3rd straight well-hit ball by Jared Mitchell tonight. Sizzled into right field. Dent nearly got that one in the helmet. Here is the pitcher, Baker. Remember, the Revs lost their DH when Jose Tabata moved out to left field, and Ruby Silva came in to play second upon the departure of Alexi Casilla. But Baker is batting with runners at first and second, 2 outs against Albaladejo. Jonathan checks the runners, works to the plate, swing and a miss. It is 0-1. The set by Albaladejo. His breaking ball gets there, a second strike. 0-2. That's just nasty to your mound opponent. 0-2. Baker wouldn't have batted professionally very often. He was with a National League affiliate. Fouled away, stays alive. But they only start, if this still holds true, and I believe it does, having the pitchers bat at Double-A. He has made 3 appearances, 2 starts in Triple-A, has Nick Baker. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, 2 strikes from Albaladejo. The right-hander brings it home. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So in amongst the singles, 3 strikeouts for Jonathan Albaladejo. He has fanned 6. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Just to fill in the gap. He had batted once and struck out at Baker back in 2016. We're halfway through regulation now. We have a 4.5 innings. The Barnstormers leading 12-2.
We can't help but always want more, especially on the road. More horsepower, heightened handling, elevated design. Get more out of your drive with a Lexus IS. Bold styling, track-tuned handling, available 311 horsepower. Experience the exhilaration of the IS 350 and IS 300. Available in F-Sport and all-wheel drive. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
Enjoy weekends with the Barnstormers all season long. Every Friday evening home game will feature a different giveaway ranging from t-shirts to beach towels to backpacks. On Saturdays, enjoy the best entertainment doubleheader there is with Barnstormers baseball followed by fireworks. Sundays are fun days at the ballpark. Get autographs from some of your favorite Barnstormers players and play catch on the field before the game. Once the game is over, it's a Domino's Pizza Kids Base Run. Call 717-509-HITS to order your tickets or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com. And we'll see you at the ballpark.
Anderson De La Rosa will lead off the fifth inning for the Barnstormers. De La Rosa for 2 tonight. He has reached on an error when his pop-up dropped in. Last time up, he had a routine fly out to left. If any fly ball tonight can be described as routine, so that would have been the one. Noel and Sanford will follow against Nick Baker. First pitch to De La Rosa runs outside. Ball 1 and no strikes. The final line on the starter Mitch Adkins: 3 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 12 runs, 10 earned with 2 walks, and he did not strike out a man. Ball 2 is up to De La Rosa, 2-0. Anderson pulls a ball down the left field line, but foul. De La Rosa's 2 hard hit balls tonight, both hooked up onto the hill. This is driven out to right center field, but Witherspoon had him played perfectly. He's there for the catch, 1 away. The Barnstormers continue to just pound baseballs here tonight. Rico Noel is 0 for 1 with a walk. The man who started the night second in the league in batting. At .542, he is horrifyingly plunged to .520 here tonight. 1 out, nobody on base. Baker delivers. Noel fooled by it. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Rico had one stretch where he was 9 for 10. And that was curbed only because of that minor injury he sustained last Saturday. Smash up the middle. There goes Silva, but can't get this one. A base hit for Rico. Lancaster's 13th of the game. Darian Sanford will check in. He is 2 for 3. The Barnstormers won't be utilizing the running game now. Not up by 10 in the 5th inning. That would be considered rude. So at this point, Noel should be stapled to the bag. Throw goes to first anyway. Noel had barely wandered off. Line drive up the middle, another base hit. Sanford with his 3rd. 14 for the Barnstormers. Tyler Bortnick will come to the plate. He has 1 of those. First and second with 1 out. Baker out of the set, deals to Bortnick. It is low. 1 ball and no strikes. The Barnstormers have not reached their season highs yet. 14 runs and 20 hits last Saturday at York. 12 runs on 14 hits through 4 1/3 innings tonight. Time is called at the dish. The Barnstormers have had 3 solid line drives here in the 5th. Well, 2 line drives and a sharp grounder up the middle here in the 5th inning. De La Rosa's was caught. Bortnick goes the other way with a foul. 1-1 to Tyler. And then you run into the teeth of the lefty gauntlet. There's a mixed metaphor in there somewhere. I apologize. But Galen, Terdoslavich, Robinson, nobody else throwing in the bullpen. Bortnick gets ball 2 below the knees. Now 2-1. But this is quite a debut showing for this Barnstormer ball club in front of the home crowd this regular season. Time called once again. One out in the inning. Bortnick gets ball 3. Again low. 3 balls and a strike in front of the Barnstormers' all-time RBI leader, Blake Galen. He could step in with the bases loaded. Noel and Sanford take their leads. Ball 4 to Bortnick again. Down below the knees, outside as well. Galen comes in with the bases loaded. As I said, Noel and Sanford in a much closer ball game probably would have been running by now. You're not going to do that in this affair. Galen steps in. He has walked and singled in a run. Last time he lined to the warning track in right field. Bases loaded, 1 out, and the out was fairly loud. Galen, ground ball down the first base line. That is handled by Burgess. His only play is to Baker covering. Galen out 3-1, drives in his 2nd run of the game as Noel scores. The other men move to 2nd and 3rd. And here is Terdoslavich on the verge of a historic night. The last Barnstormer to hit 3 home runs in a game was Garrett Weber against New Britain last June in that insane week that Weber had to wrap up the first half. Terdoslavich 2 home runs and a single. Smash and foul down the first baseline. You want to talk about smoking hot. Good heavens. Is he falling in love with this ballpark? Scored 3, driven in 5 tonight. Batting here with Sanford at 3rd, Bortnick at 2nd. 2 outs in the inning and 1 more run home as the Barnstormers lead 13-2. And that wind still pushing out toward right field. Terdoslavich going for another one. He swung and he missed. Baker has him set up 0-2. Nick Baker on the brink of the first York strikeout of the ball game. Robinson due to follow. Into the dirt, blocked by Cruz. Ball 1 and 2 strikes. Lancaster has already seen over 110 York pitches in the game. Terdoslavich batting 1 and 2. The Baker pitch swung on and missed. So Joey has gone on strikes. You will get another shot unless Ross makes some substitutions later on. But in the inning, 1 run on 2 hits with no errors. Lancaster leaves a couple in scoring position. at the end of 5 tonight. The Barnstormers are up 13-2. Enjoy a weeknight with the Barnstormers and leave with your wallet largely intact. Come on out on Munchie Mondays for all-you-can-eat nachos, dogs, fries, popcorn, and soda for 2 hours. Or how about Koozie Tuesdays, where fans of legal age can enjoy $2 domestic drafts from 6:30 to 8. Bring your dog on Wiener Wednesdays and enjoy delicious dollar dogs as well. Or on Thrifty Thursday, popcorn is just $1, sodas are $2, and lawn seats are only $3. Call 717-509-HITS to order your tickets or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com. And we'll see you at the ballpark.
Okay, John, shelves are stocked.
So are the new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
Like word search, with top prizes of 20 grand.
Yep, winning's never been faster.
Not faster than me clearing these shelves.
Dude, I hope you're even faster at restocking.
Yeah.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Here is Zach Wilson, the third baseman, leading off the sixth against Jonathan Albaladejo, who becomes the first Barnstormer starting pitcher to work into the sixth inning this year. Ross had been taking everybody out after 5. Wilson 0 for 2. He has flied out and struck out. Albaladejo works inside. Ball 1 and no strikes. Jonathan's allowed 5 hits, 4 singles, and the Burgess home run.
50-50.
2 runs, 1 out. Foul ball right back. 1 ball, 1 strike. The only hit from the right side of the plate, a single by Ryan Dent last inning. Mitchell with 2 hits. Burgess with 2 hits. Albaladejo drives that in, low in the zone. It is 1 and 2. Jonathan not throwing terribly hard, but this guy just knows what to do out there. Barely low with the 1-2 offering. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and tonight it's working. Of course, all the support doesn't hurt. And York is a team right now with issues because of all of the injuries. Wilson lays off a breaking ball. Barnstormers asked for help, but they didn't deserve any there. It's 3 and 2. Wind blows out toward right still. The payoff to Wilson, cracked out to left, and a base hit. It hit off the end of Wilson's bat and just died in a hurry. But it had enough to get past Vladimir. Leadoff man is aboard in the 6th inning. Here's Burgess, who has a single and a home run. The shift is once again on. Burgess keeps finding ways to break it. Offering to the outside corner. Albaladejo is ahead, no balls and a strike. Trying to check down to see if the Barnstormers have action in their bullpen. They, at this point, do not. I don't believe. Popped up foul. Burgess trails 0-2. I'm in the far booth we use for TV, and I don't get a good shot of the Barnstormers bullpen anyway. 0-2 to Michael Burgess. Zach Wilson aboard. The Barnstormers still hold the runner. From the stretch, Albaladejo to the plate. He is high. Ball 1, 2 strikes. I don't know exactly how well our stadium radar gun is calibrated, but Albaladejo is chalking up numbers right now, 84 to 86. Now that could easily be 87 to 89. It's been known to be a little bit off on the low side. Breaking ball missing. Burgess up there 2-2. Catcher Luis Cruz waits on deck. Only Tyler Clark available off the bench, and I suppose it's possible he could pitch hit for the pitcher spot at some point. Losing Alexi Casilla in this game. Jose Cuevas already on the DL, as is Melky Mesa. 2-2 on Burgess. Swing and a foul. He just nicked it straight down in the batter's box. Still, Burgess batting at 2-2. Michael Burgess got to Double-A in a few different organizations, Washington, the Cubs, the Astros, and the Orioles, but never got above it. And that kind of surprised me. This guy's got a wicked stick. 2-2. Albaladejo missing again, ball 3 and 2 strikes. And he may be showing some signs of fatigue. But Ross wants to go with Jonathan as long as he can in this one-sided contest. The Barnstormers used up 6 of their relievers in that thrilling comeback win last night. Here's a payoff pitch, and there goes another one for Burgess. Back it goes. The walls will not contain it. It's now 13-4. Line drive up onto the deck. Luis Cruz will start the inning all over again for the York Revolution. Balls are leaving Clipper Magazine Stadium to right field in a hurry tonight. It's really a tough night to be a right-handed pitcher against left-handed hitters in this yard. Here is Cruz. He has struck out twice. Albaladejo didn't want to walk a man there. Burgess feasted on the 3-2. Albaladejo to Cruz. Breaking ball dances low. Ball 1 and no strikes. Next pitch fades low again, 2-0. And Albaladejo just doesn't seem to have much left, and the Barnstormers do get action going in the bullpen. Steven Johnson begins to throw in a hurry. SJ. Here's the 2-0. Ground ball down the line at third. Foul, not by much. Cruz bats 2-1. Tabata on deck, and then Silva. Jared Mitchell and Michael Burgess have been thorns tonight to Albaladejo. Breaking ball, that is crushed down the left field line, hooking and foul just to the left of the pole. Luis Cruz will come back at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it just looks like Albaladejo is out of steam here in the 6th inning. Two and 2 to Cruz. Here's the wind. Albaladejo with a breaking ball. That is wrapped foul to the York dugout. It's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 6th, nobody out. 87 pitches for Albaladejo. Back again, 2-2, foul to the screen. It will hold. This game has had 5 home runs and no other extra base hits. 16 singles scattered around. Low for ball 3, and it fills to Cruz. 3 balls and 2 strikes. sure the guys in the white jerseys don't want this game ever to be even close. 3-2, rolled on the left side. Bortnick will handle, and he's got all day for the throw. I don't know if Cruz thought he fouled that off his foot or not, but he's out easily. 5-3. One out for Albaladejo, and Ross Peoples calls for time. I think Jonathan has given Ross everything you could ask of him. Maybe he stays in for one more batter just to get Johnson ready. And Ross is going to check on him and let him continue. Jose Tabata will step in. 13-4 with one out here in the sixth. The motion, Albaladejo off the outside corner with the first delivery to Tabata. Ball one, no strikes. Floated out towards shallow right center. That'll get down for a base hit. Again, like Wilson's, not really hit terribly well. Kind of off the end of the bat, but good enough to drop it in. Ruby Silva will come to the plate with a runner on and one out. York not giving up the ghost. I certainly understand Ross not wanting to use the bullpen all that much tonight, coming off using 6 different relievers a night ago. Banged into right field by Silva. This is going to get all the way to the wall. Tabata will pull in at third. Silva's in at second with a double. And now you've got to sweat a little bit. York not slowing down here in the 6th inning. Just one out, and Ryan Dent will come to the plate. Ross is at the top of the dugout, and here he comes. Well, that'll be it for Albaladejo, whose numbers were not bad for 5 innings, but they ballooned here in the 6th. They'll depart with runners at second and third and one away after giving Ross Peoples and the Barnstormers 5 1/3 tonight. It's 13-4, but tightening up a little bit. Stephen Johnson will be ushered into the game. We've got the pitching change, and we'll pause for these messages.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy... All the deals you find in Clipper Magazine?
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
S.J. Johnson into the ball game with one out, runners at second and third in the top of the 6th. The Barnstormers still enjoying a pretty good-sized cushion at 13-4. The York roaring back in the 6th inning against a tiring Jonathan Albaladejo. 5 1/3 innings for Jonathan tonight, 9 hits, Didn't walk anybody, struck out 6. Right now 4 runs, 3 earned on his blotter. Ryan Dent, 1 for 2 in the game, will face Johnson. 3rd appearance for Steven. He's allowed 4 hits and 2 runs in 3 innings with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Tabata at 3rd, Silva at 2nd with 1 man gone. Johnson simply looking to get outs here. Silva with that first double of the game and amongst all the singles and home runs. First offering, good for a strike to Dent. It is 0-1. Albaladejo finished his evening over 90 pitches, and I understand what Ross was doing here with the big lead in the 6th inning. But it simply looked like Albaladejo was out of steam. 0-1. Breaking ball, the slider across the outside corner. Johnson has Dent 0-2. Dent won the battle against Johnson last Saturday evening with a double off the glove of then center fielder Keenan Walker, part of a 2-run bottom of the 7th and another fairly lopsided game. 0-2. Steven ready to go. The pitch, fastball wasted high. That is ball 1. Travis Witherspoon waits on deck. S.J. Johnson from Austin, Texas, trying to cool off the York Revolution bats here in the 6th inning. If he gives up a run on an out here, the Barnstormers will take that. Lancaster trying to count down 11 outs to the end of the game. Johnson to the plate, 1-2, slips it past the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield is, for the most part, straight away against Ryan Dent. Johnson's 2-2 is driven down the right field line, slicing, and a foul ball. Or it's 13-7. My goodness. It is a warm, muggy night with a stiff wind blowing out toward right field, and that just means high-octane offense here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. And Dent almost added to it right there. 2-2 on Ryan Dent. Runners lead from 2nd and 3rd. Johnson looking to get outs. Here's the 2-2 slider, and it just missed the outside corner. We go to 3-2. To Dent, the payoff. He walked him. And the bases are loaded with only 1 out for Travis Witherspoon. Witherspoon has bounced back to the hill on a really remarkable stop by Albaladejo, and then he struck out back in the 5th inning. The Barnstormers pitching staff needing to start getting some outs again here in the 6th inning. They were, for the most part, breezing up until the 6th, but 5 out of 6 York batters have reached base. To Witherspoon, high fly ball out to center. Backing up on it is Sanford. He'll make the catch and allow the run to score. Tabata home on a sacrifice fly, but that's finally the 2nd out of this inning. It's now 13-5. The run charged to Albaladejo. Silva is still his at 2nd. Dent aboard at first base, 2 outs. Now you have to deal with Jared Mitchell, who's 2 for 3. And the only reason he's not 3 for 3, a sparkling play in left center by Sanford in the 3rd inning.
Once we finish, and we can go get food.
Partial shift on against Mitchell. The pitching spot is due next. Breaking ball gets there for a called strike. It is 0-1, and it is Baker with the bat in hand. Johnson comes back and angles it low. Ball one and a strike. Johnson coming into tonight had walked 2 and struck out 2.
If I'm not having fun, I'm not coming. So Alex pretty much said, whatever days you want to work.
Here's a 1-1. Mitchell goes for it and lines a foul back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
So it's funny because like this column is broken, so it's like constantly going on and off. This game is broken, now it's on auto always. It's gonna be manual. So it's becoming a little less.
Steven Johnson just looking to get the final out here in the 6th and get the Barnstormers back to the plate.
So, but I mean, I'm working with it. I don't mind, but it's just kind of funny.
1-2 to Jared Mitchell. The pitch, skied to center. This one should be routine for Sanford. They'll put a clamp on the inning. Back-to-back putouts for Darien. The scare is over, but 3 runs across for York on 4 hits, no errors, and the Revs strand 2. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, the Barnstormers still a good-sized lead. It's 13-5.
I like t-shirts! Megan!
Learn from the pros right here in Lancaster. The Lancaster Barnstormers are offering 2 3-day-long youth clinics this summer with instruction on pitching, hitting, fielding, and base running. Each session, led by veteran professional players, will last from 9 until noon with lunch to follow. Choose from June 19th to 21st or July 24th to 26th. So learn what it takes to succeed on the field and off. Call the Barnstormers office at 717-509-HITS or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com. Space is limited. Act now.
Introducing the all-new Lexus RX 350L, designed for room. Room for a power-folding 3rd row. Room for up to 7. And room for the unexpected. The 3-row RXL. It's the RX with room for more. Experience the innovative RXL and RXL hybrid. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
RX 450HL arriving spring 2018.
Nick Baker stays out there for the lower half of the 6th inning. Trayvon Robinson, Kyle Waldrop, and Vladimir Frias stepping in. Lancaster leads by 8. The pitch to Trayvon popped up on the left side. This may stay in play. Over comes Wilson. The ball lands on the other side of the rolled up tarp. Wilson could never get there. No balls and 1 strike. Baker has gone an inning and a third. 2 hits and a walk allowed, as well as a run. And then he finally racked up the first strikeout for a York pitcher in the game, getting the otherwise red-hot Joey Ternaslovich last inning, finishing it off. 0-1 to Robinson. Line drive, up for it goes Dent, and he'll make a tumbling catch. Ryan Dent, even in a 13-5 game, coming up with the glove work against the Barnstormers, 1 down, and Trayvon slouches on his way back to the dugout. He got robbed. 1 away. Here's Waldrop, who has a single and a home run tonight. 3 runs batted in. Suddenly an RBI tear for Kyle. Now with 8 on the season. Baker to Waldrop, a strike on the outer edge. It is 0-1. Vladimir Frias is on deck. The 0-1 pitch popped up. Kyle should be retired here. Zach Wilson on the infield grass surrounds it for out number 2. Here's Vladimir, who's 2 for 3 with a run scored. Has a stolen base tonight. Well, that was some catch made by Dent. You could see all the way that he had it, but he was fully extended. And then tumbled to the ground after making the grab. Baker to Frias, ground ball, handled by the second baseman Silva. Plenty of time to look at the red and blue stitches on the Atlantic League Baseball. So it's a 5-pitch inning for Nick Baker. Nothing across. We will head to the 7th. Lancaster is up 13-5.
Like craft beers, local wines? Well, the best place to be in Lancaster then is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right, all new for 2018 is the Broken Bat deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat will feature more than 20 local craft breweries and product from 2 local wineries. If something with a little more kick is your adult beverage of choice, a local distillery is part of the Broken Bat as well. Food will be sold off a pub-style menu, so get together, hang out with your friends, make some new ones, and enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with a Barnstormers game.
AMT Concerts presents Rock at the Park Festival, Saturday, July 21st, featuring sets from Fuel, Eve 6, Sister Hazel, Long Beach Dub All-Stars, Fastball, and more. Rock at the Park, Saturday, July 21st at Clipper Magazine Stadium, Lancaster. Tickets on sale now at rockatthepark.com.
"13 runs, 14 hits, 1 error, 3 left for Lancaster. 5 runs on 9 hits with 2 errors, and York is stranded 5. Steven Johnson will remain on the hill for the 7th inning. He's facing the pitcher's spot, leading off, and it is in fact Nick Baker. To get things underway, Baker a strikeout back in the 5th inning against Albaladejo with 2 runners on base. Well, if you think York's pitching staff has had a rough night, they could be Southern Maryland's. It is 19-2 Long Island in the 7th inning in the home opener at Bethpage Ballpark. Into the dirt, a ball is low. 1-0 from Johnson to Baker. 7 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th for the Long Island Ducks. Road Warriors are up 8-7 over the Bees, bottom of the 8th inning. Fastball gets the outside corner. It's 1-1. And Sugar Land keeps rolling, a 4-0 lead over Somerset in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Johnson with the 1-1 to Baker. He is outside, ball 2. Zach Wilson and Michael Burgess will follow. Burgess and Trdoslavich, the opposing first baseman, each with a 2-home run game. 2-1, ball 3, missing to Baker. 3 balls and a strike, and the Barnstormers leading by 8. All they're looking for Johnson to do here is throw strikes to the opposing pitcher for his 3rd professional at bat. Johnson ready to go. The 3-1 is dribbled in front of the plate. De La Rosa comes up firing. Baker out 2-3. Johnson gets that out, 1 away. Zach Wilson 1 for 3 with a run scored. Barnstormers now averaging better than 7 runs a game, and that is not keeping pace with the Long Island Ducks. What did Kevin Baez and Michael Pfaff put together this year? Slider is low to Wilson. Ball 1-0. With Burgess on deck, Lancaster now needs 8 more outs to get to the end of the night. Johnson fires a strike to the outside corner. It is now 1-1. big league baseball. Of course, a full slate on a Friday. Red hot New York Yankees up 5-0 at home against Cleveland. Ball 2 now is low to Wilson. 2 balls and a strike. Washington up 7-0 through 4.5 at home against Philadelphia. 8-2 Rockies over the Mets in the 7th. Cincinnati leading Florida, Miami 4-1, bottom 6. Swing and a miss. Johnson challenges Wilson with a fastball, 2-2. Tampa Bay with a 4-1 lead over Toronto. That's in the 8th inning. San Francisco ahead of Atlanta 6-3. Into the 6th. Red Sox 2, Rangers 1, bottom 5. Johnson back with a 2-2. That's rifled into the backstop. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pittsburgh ahead of Milwaukee 3-1 through 3.5. Minnesota up on the Chicago White Sox 5-3 in the midway. St. Louis 3, Cubs nothing, end of 3. Tigers Royals no score into the 5th inning. To Zach Wilson, 2-2, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Now Baladejo, fan 6. Now Johnson gets one. And here is Michael Burgess. You have the feeling that if Burgess had been signed by the Barnstormers before either Somerset or York got a hold of him, that he could challenge Blake Galen's career home run record in no time flat. He is just deadly in this ballpark. Foul ball back to the padding here. It is 0-1. 2 home runs for him already tonight, as well as a single. And Turdoslavich have been matching each other stride for stride as the opposing first baseman in this game. But Turdoslavich's teammates have done a whole lot more. Just to wrap things up, Houston at Arizona coming up later. Baltimore is out at Oakland, and those guys from Anaheim visit Seattle. 2 outs, nobody aboard in the top half of the 7th inning tonight. Here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, 13-5 Lancaster. Ground ball, this one into the shift. Knocked down by Frias. He'll pick it back up and fire. Steven Johnson, S.J. Johnson, with a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th. He's retired 5 in a row now after walking the first man in face. We're at the stretch at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The scoreboard reads Lancaster 13 and York 5.
You're totally probably safe to ride on your spare for what, 6, maybe 9 months?
Don't trust the wrong advice. Get the right tires at the right price right away. It's what we've been doing at Jack Williams Tire right here in Pennsylvania since our family started this business back in 1929. Because doing things the right way is just the Williams way. Get the right tires right now at jackwilliams.com.
Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933, but did you know that they offer degrees in much more than just Bible? LBC offers degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees in areas like Christian care, chaplaincy, education, and leadership studies. To learn more about LBC and the programs they offer, visit lbc.edu. That's lbc.edu. Nick Baker's done a pretty good job for the York Revolution so far tonight. Just called on to soak up innings. York now with right-hander Zach Treese beginning to warm up in the bullpen. And the former Long Island Duck has had a painful start to his season. He was victimized by about half of that 11-run inning last Saturday. The other guy who was on the mound that inning, Josh Kimborowicz, was released after that game by the Revolution. Anderson De La Rosa, Rico Noel, and Darian Sanford stepping in here in the 7th. Well, the Barnstormers ahead 13-5. The pitch to De La Rosa, fouled away. Anderson 0 for 3 tonight. Hit the ball hard the last time up. Did reach on an error back in the first inning. All 3 errors in this game came in that first frame. 1 by the Barnstormers, 2 by York. It's been clean since. Ground ball down the line, fair ball into the corner. And De La Rosa, the ball hits off a chair into shallow left field, so Anderson will get the second. He probably would have anyway. De La Rosa's ground ball hit one of the metal chairs, serving as an auxiliary bullpen bench for the Revs guys. The batter is Noel. Rico's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Lancaster now 15 hits in the game. De La Rosa his first double of the year. Standing in scoring position with nobody out. $18 earned base runners for the Barnstormers in this game. The average we've talked about, better than 16 for the year. And we're still a couple innings away, you would think, from the Barnstormers being done tonight. Ball 1 inside to Rico. 1-0. May have seen him on the Channel 21 news earlier. Matt Reynolds was on Channel 8. Ross Peoples on 8 and 27. Ground ball to third, knocked down by Wilson. He'll pick it back up and fire across, and that pulls Burgess off the bag. Runner safe at first and second. An error should be charged to Wilson. It is E5. First and second. And here is Darian Sanford. Darian already 3 hits tonight. And among his 3 hits, you do not find an infield single. He is not the same hitter. He has learned how to swing that bat. Power's starting to come. The only regret is that Darian Sanford is not 5 or 6 years younger. Popped up here, out the short left. Tabata coming in to handle it, so nothing will come about on this at bat for Darian. 1 away. Bortnick steps in, 1 for 2. And it's not going to be Bortnick. Carlos Garcia is going to bring a bat in. And Mark Mason comes out. It looks like he is going to make the change. Baker, all in all, did pretty well here. He gets them through 8 outs, 2 2/3 innings. Treese is going to come in with runners at first and second and 1 out in the 7th inning. We're going to take a break and pause for these messages.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
switch hitting third baseman Garcia steps in against right-hander Zach Treese with runners at first and second, one out. Bottom half of the seventh inning. Treese, an Arkansas native, now living in Australia. He inherits De La Rosa at second. Noel, the runner at first. Barnstormers have not seen a left-handed pitcher tonight. They do have Robert Carson and Luke Westfall out in the pen. Neither one utilized this evening. First pitch swinging is Garcia, and same result as Sanford. Thought I was watching an instant replay. Fly out the left, two men down. Blake Galen stepping in. Galen tonight 1 for 3 with 2 runs banded in, and he has scored 2 as well.
How are you tonight? Are you having a good time?
Terdoslavich waiting on deck.
Because they're going to do a game called the Houston Call, and they're going to try and throw tickets down to the trash can. So it's easier if I stand on this side.
Blake Galen's reached base at least twice now in 7 consecutive ball games. Strike catches the inside corner to him. It is 0-1. De La Rosa at second. Noel, the runner at first base. 3 hits, 1 earned run given up by Baker. These 2 men belong to him. Galen lets a breaking ball go. That's a second strike. 3 hits off Baker. He allowed 1 walk and struck out 1. Lancaster leads 13-5, lower half of the 7th inning. 0-2 to Galen is pulled out toward the right field wall, but again, not enough on it, and Mitchell glides over to make the catch. Well, York staff does a pretty neat job getting out of trouble. No runs, a hit, an error, and 2 left for the Barnstormers in the bottom of the 7th. We'll go to the 8th. Lancaster leads by a score of 13-5.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Barnstormers go to Jared Lakins for the 8th inning. Left-hander out of Cypress, Texas. This is his 4th appearance. He's allowed 2 hits and 2 unearned runs. That cost him a loss last Sunday in York. He has not walked anybody and struck out 3. Lakin has, in truth, been very good. In the game he lost, he got 4 ground balls and only 2 outs. And after he departed, Luis Cruz singled home those 2 runs that belonged to him. He's facing Cruz in a rematch starting off this 8th inning. Cruz tonight was 0 for 3 against the starter Jonathan Albaladejo. Garcia now at third for the Barnstormers. Lakin's pitch is hit in the air out to center and hit pretty well. Sanford turned the wrong way initially. He gallops back though to make the catch for out number 1. Darian Sanford, I started to talk about this when he was at the plate in the 7th inning. Darian is a guy that Ross took a chance on last year. He knew about the speed and thought he would bring him in, see what he could do. And Darian here in the Atlantic League has turned into, superstar might be overstating it, but he has been an outstanding player for the Barnstormers. 60 games last year, 324, 45 stolen bases. But it looks like he's an even better player in 2018. First pitch strike in on Jose Tabata, the left fielder. Tabata 1 out of 3 with a run scored. Foul ball away. 0-2 to Tabata. The problem is Darian is 31. He's not 31 in baseball years, but his birth certificate says he's 31. He has blossomed, and it makes you wonder where he could have gone if Kansas City had stuck with him years ago. Bouncer over to third, backing up on it is Garcia. Fumbles. He's going to have to hang that throw in a hurry. It's not in time. And Tabata's aboard here in the 8th inning. Second Barnstormer error of the game. Ruby Silva to the plate at 1 for 3. Barnstormers talked about this last night. If there has been one shortcoming over these first 8 games for this ball club, it has been defense. Lakin will go to work on Silva. It's swatted foul to the left and out of play. No balls and a strike. 5 outs left to pick up for the Lancaster pitching staff. Operating with a 13-5 lead. The fans can then get on to enjoying the Star Wars themed fireworks here on opening night. Lakin comes set and to Silva. This is bounded toward third. Garcia will handle to Noel. 1 back to first, not in time. Silva really steamed through that first base bag. 5-4 on the force out. Here is Dent, 1 out of 2 with a walk. So barring an unforeseen catastrophe, with 4 outs left to go, the Barnstormers will move into sole possession of second place in the Freedom Division. Somebody's got to slow down Sugar Land. The Skeeters on a 9-game opening homestand. Breaking ball, swing and a miss by Dent. Maybe more of a changeup there, and it's 0-1. Eric May will be sitting in this seat tomorrow night for game 2 of the series. Swing and a miss, fastball past Dent, 0-2. I'll be on my way at this hour. I'll be in Huntsville, Alabama, or at least I should be. With my son graduating from college down there on Sunday. I'll be back with you Tuesday. Eric will carry you through the weekend. 0-2, Lakin to Dent, and that's rolled out ahead of the plate and spins foul by the time Anderson De La Rosa can retrieve it. Still 2 strikes. 15 Lancaster Barnstormers base hits. Everybody in the starting lineup with at least 1. Terdoslavich and Sanford 3 each. Frias and Waldrop 2. Oh, 0-2 once again to Ryan Dent. Lake into the plate. He got him a swing and a miss. Again, the offering down low. 8 strikeouts total for Barnstormers pitching in the game. Here in the top of the 8th, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. Bottom half of the 8th inning will come around. It's 13-5 Lancaster.
can't help but always want more, especially on the road. More horsepower, heightened handling, elevated design. Get more out of your drive with a Lexus IS. Bold styling, track-tuned handling, available 311 horsepower. Experience the exhilaration of the IS 350 and IS 300. Available in F-Sport and all-wheel drive. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
Enjoy weekends with the Barnstormers all season long. Every Friday evening home game will feature a different giveaway ranging from t-shirts to beach towels to backpacks. On Saturdays, enjoy the best entertainment doubleheader there is with Barnstormers baseball followed by fireworks. Sundays are fun days at the ballpark. Get autographs from some of your favorite Barnstormers players and play catch on the field before the game. Once the game is over, it's a Domino's Pizza Kids Base Run. Call 717-509-HITS to order your tickets or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com. And we'll see you at the ballpark.
There's Joey Terdoslavich. He'll lead off the eighth against Zach Trees. Joey tonight is 3 for 4 with 2 home runs. In a single, he's knocked in 5. He has scored 3. It's been that kind of a night. Michael Burgess is only behind him in 1 run scored, 2 runs batted in, but he has the same 2 homers and a single. On the York side, Treese to the plate. Terdoslavich looks at a breaking ball across for a strike. It's 0-1. The Barnstormers have been silent for about 2 2/3 innings. Really not that big of a deal. 0-1. Terdoslavich has to jump back out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Game 2 of this series tomorrow night. Nate Reed for the Barnstormers against Dominic Severino. Brooks Hall goes Sunday at 1 o'clock against Jake Gauss. Terdoslavich with a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Robinson's on deck, and then Waldrop. This is a murderous middle of the order in this ballpark, and we've already seen it tonight. Galen, Terdoslavich, Robinson, Waldrop, and Frias. Ball 2 runs outside to Terdoslavich, 2-2. But you don't know how long it's going to stay together. Terdoslavich and Waldrop aren't that old, and they've both been to the big leagues. Just fouled away by Joey, still 2-2. So when you're looking at guys who could have their contracts purchased in reasonably short order, those two, along with maybe Ryan Castile, the other catcher, kind of jumped to the top of the list. Terdoslavich with a ground ball past the mound. Dent, the shortstop, is there. He'll throw from behind second. And Joey Terdoslavich is cut down 6-3, 1 away, bringing on Robinson. Trayvon's 1 for 4, and it's not going to be Robinson after all. It's going to be Keenan Walker. Walker will step in. Took over in left field, apparently some point in last inning or two. Switch hitting, left fielder, center fielder. Keenan is 2 for 8 with a double and a run batted in. He has scored 3 runs. Best performance so far this year for Zach Treese, whose earned run average coming into tonight was in the stratosphere. He misses inside and low, ball 1 and no strikes. Treese, we know, is a lot better than the numbers he's put up so far this season. Very solid year last year for the Ducks. Ball 2 is inside, 2-0, with Waldrop waiting on deck. Witherspoon, Mitchell, and the pitcher's spot are due up in the 9th for the York Revolution. Ground ball by Keenan Walker, right to the second baseman, Silva. 2 outs in the inning. Waldrop will step in, or will he? Yep, this is Isaac Wenrick. So Ross getting everybody a chance. We haven't seen Hibbert yet. Wenrick coming in here. Garcia's already batted. Walker, Wenrick. That leaves Hibbert and Castile back. Isaac is 1 for 5. Wenrick, Reading native, apparently has his own rooting section here. Now that we're home, ball outside to him, 1-0. And he talked about this in the dugout report the other day, how exciting it was to have his friends and family here to see him. Ball 2 is low from Treese, 2-0. Vladimir Frias on deck for the Barnstormers, may or may not bat again in this game. It all depends on what Wenrick does here. The 2-0, fly ball out the left field. Backing up on it is Tabata, there to make the catch. Well, that's 6 in a row retired by the York bullpen. This game kind of has gone on to autopilot. We'll go to the top of the 9th inning. It is the Barnstormers 13 and the York Revolution 5.
You know the words. Sing along and take it away at the chorus. Here we go. And now the third base side. Let's see if you see that. Here we go.
Enjoy a weeknight with the Barnstormers and leave with your wallet largely intact. Come on out on Munchie Mondays for all you can eat nachos, dogs, fries, popcorn, and soda for 2 hours. Or how about Koozie Tuesdays, where fans of legal age can enjoy $2 domestic drafts from 6:30 to 8. Bring your dog on Wiener Wednesdays and enjoy delicious dollar dogs as well. Or on Thrifty Thursday, popcorn is just $1, sodas are $2, and lawn seats are only $3. Call 717-509-HITS to order your tickets or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com. And we'll see you at the ballpark.
Okay, John, shelves are stocked.
So are the new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
Like word search, with top prizes of 20 grand.
Yep, winning's never been faster.
Not faster than me clearing these shelves.
Dude, I hope you're even faster at restocking.
Yeah.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Okay. Gianna's going against
Jared Lakin trying to wrap things up tonight. Travis Witherspoon leads off the top of the 9th. Witherspoon 0 for 2. He's driven in a run with a sac fly. Facing the left-hander Lakin. There's nothing spectacular about Lakin, but he's really impressed me so far. Witherspoon takes his first pitch, though, and wraps it out the left field, a leadoff single here in the 9th inning. 10 hits now for York. Lefty swinging Jared Mitchell will step in. He is 2 for 4. New Britain has tied the Road Warriors. They're in the bottom of the 9th, tied at 8. Long Island with a 20th run on the board at home against Southern Maryland. It is now 20-5. The Blue Crabs on the verge of losing their 6th in a row. Lakin to Mitchell. This is up for ball 1, 1-0. Barnstormers need 3 outs to win their 4th straight and improve to 5-3 on the year.
Happy opening day, my friend.
The offering skied shallow to center field. Coming in for this one, Sanford. And Darian will handle another fly out from Mitchell tonight. That's the 3rd. With 1 out, the pitcher spot will step in. And this looks like it's going to be Tyler Clark. He's the only guy back for Mark Mason. Switch hitting catcher will bat right-handed. Nick Baker had been 0 for 2. These are rough times for the York Revolution. Mark Mason looked like he had a mighty club last weekend, but injuries have piled up within a span of just a few days. First pitch strike to Clark. It is 0-1. Tyler is 1 for 10 to hit a double. That was against the Barnstormers last Saturday. Jared Lakin is back and low. Ball 1, strike 1. Zach Wilson, the third baseman, is due next. But they have lost Melky Mesa. They've lost Jose Cuevas. Tonight, Alexi Casilla has to leave the game. Frank DiGiulio Jr. is out. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. The count to Clark. Backed up Anderson De La Rosa, and later on, Steve Clevenger a year ago. 2-1 from Lakin, missing away. 3 balls and a strike. Lakin and the Barnstormers and this crowd probably would not mind a game-ending double play here. 3-1. Jared Lakin to the plate. Foul ball back to the screen. We go to 3-2. Payoff pitch. Witherspoon is not being held over there by Trdoslavich. Clark fouls this up to the upper deck on the first base side. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. 6:30, remember, tomorrow night. Fireworks to follow. Monday through Friday games are at 7. Saturdays have remained at 6:30. 1 o'clock Sunday, off on Monday. Sugar Land comes in on Tuesday. The Barnstormers will go tete-a-tete, as they say, tete-a-tete, with the Sugar Land Skeeters, and the Barnstormers are going to have to slow that Sugar Land Ball Club down. Somebody's got to do it. It's looking like they're about to go 7-0 on this opening homestand. 3-2 to Tyler Clark. 1 out, 1 on. Lakin will deliver, and that is lined off the glove of Rico Noel. He's able to recover, though, and get a force out on the lead man, Witherspoon, who obviously couldn't take off for second. Noel headed up the middle to his right, and the ball hit off his glove and dropped straight down. There was nothing Witherspoon could do. Clark safe at first on the fielder's choice. The out goes 4-6, as if it were a ground ball. 2 outs. Here is Zach Wilson. Lakin now with 1 out left to get. Jared into the line, bouncing the pitch home. 1 ball and no strikes. Hope you enjoyed our chat with Matt Marksberry tonight. It was the first time I had really had the opportunity to talk to Matt for any length of time. Obviously a fairly intense fellow, but a good guy. He is fit in this clubhouse very well. Fit in that bullpen very well. Lakin is upstairs, 2-0 to Wilson. Jared Lakin from the Houston area. Trying to get that final out. It was hard to come by last night, too. High to Zach Wilson, 3-0. Michael Burgess is on deck. Three balls and no strikes. Lakin will bring it home and find the range at the knees. Wilson bats 3-1. He singled and scored to Zach back in the 6th inning. And who, for the last half of last season, served as the hitting coach for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs under James Frisbee. But able to play this season. Here's the 3-1, swing and a miss. Full count pitch coming up. Clark can feel free to roam. Basically, he's already been free to roam, not being held by Tadaslovic over at first base. Down to the final strike is this game. Jared Lakin to Zach Wilson, 3-2. Here it comes, and strike 3 is called on the inside corner, and Wilson fires his bat down in disgust as the ball game is over, and he would have been ejected for that move. Lakin ends it with the strikeout of Wilson. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We'll be back at the line totals here tonight. The Barnstormers take their home opener in major fashion. Our final score, Lancaster 13 and York 5.
Learn from the pros right here in Lancaster. The Lancaster Barnstormers are offering 2 3-day-long youth clinics this summer with instruction on pitching, hitting, fielding, and base running. Each session, led by veteran professional players, will last from 9 until noon with lunch to follow. Choose from June 19th to 21st or July 24th to 26th. So learn what it takes to succeed on the field and off. Call the Barnstormers office at 717-509-HITS or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com. Space is limited. Act now.
Introducing the all-new Lexus RX 350L, designed for room. Room for a power-folding third row. Room for up to 7.
Yeah, we should go to that.
And room for the unexpected. The 3-row RXL. It's the RX with room for more. Experience the innovative RXL and RXL hybrid. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
RX 450HL arriving spring 2018.
Dave Collins back with you from Clipper Magazine Stadium. A big Barnstormers victory in the home opener, 13-5 over the York Revolution. And when the Barnstormers win, boy do they win. They have picked up 5 victories this season in 8 ball games, and in those wins, Lancaster has scored a total of 49 runs, almost 10 per game. Tonight, 13 runs, 15 hits, 2 errors, and the Barnstormers strand 5, York 5 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors, and the Revolution strands 7. Jonathan Albaladejo with the win. He is 1-1. 5 solid innings for Albaladejo tonight. His numbers mushroomed in the 6th as Ross Peoples wanted to hold the bullpen back as long as he could tonight, but overall a solid performance for the 35-year-old right-hander. The loss to Mitch Atkins, he is 0-1, no save in the game. The home runs for the Barnstormers, 2 by Joey Tardoslavich, his first 2. He has now taken over the club lead with 11 runs batted in, possibly the league lead. At last we knew David Washington had 10 for the Long Island Ducks. Kyle Waldrop with a 3-run homer for Lancaster in the 4th inning, his second in as many nights and second of the season. Michael Burgess left the ballpark twice for the Revs, his first and second of the year. 2 hours, 52 minutes, the time of our game, 69-27 here this evening at Clipper Magazine Stadium. A great way to open the season for the Lancaster Barnstormers. We'll have a quick recap of the game and a rundown of the out-of-town scores next on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Like craft beers, local wines? Well, the best place to be in Lancaster then is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right, all new for 2018 is the Broken Bat deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat will feature more than 20 local craft breweries and product from 2 local wineries. If something with a little more kick is your adult beverage of choice, a local distillery is part of the Broken Bat as well. Food will be sold off a pub-style menu, so get together, hang out with your friends, make some new ones, and enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with a Barnstormers game.
AMT Concerts presents Rock at the Park Festival, Saturday, July 21st, featuring sets from Fuel, Eve 6, Sister Hazel, Long Beach Dub All-Stars, Fastball, and more. Rock at the Park, Saturday, July 21st, at Clipper Magazine Stadium, Lancaster. Tickets on sale now at rockatthepark.com.
Opening night at Clipper Magazine Stadium. One of those nights where the ball was going to fly to right field, and fly it did. Joey Turdoslavich, 2 home runs for the Barnstormers. Kyle Waldrop adding a 3-run blow. Michael Burgess left the ballpark twice for the York Revolution, but the Barnstormers piled on the offense once again tonight. A 13-5 victory. Welcome back. Dave Collins with you on the wrap-up show. York scored an unearned run against El Baladejo in the first inning. A pass ball allowing Alexi Casilla to come home from third base. There were also a couple of singles in that opening inning. The Barnstormers lashed back with 5 runs in the bottom of the inning. Darian Sanford doing what Darian Sanford does. He led off with a single, stole second, took third on an error, and scored on a line drive sacrifice fly to right by Tyler Bortnick. Blake Galen then reached base on a walk, and Joey Turdoslavich hit the first of his 2 home runs, a liner off the far side of a Haller tent toward right center field. The Barnstormers were up 3-1. Kyle Waldrop and Vladimir Frias added singles. Frias stole second. That's when one of the most bizarre plays of the game happened. Anderson De La Rosa hit a pop-up that appeared headed for the United Way logo in foul territory on the third base side. It looked like Zach Wilson had the play under his control coming in from third base, and the wind just gusted at the right moment for the Barnstormers. Catcher Luis Cruz tried to help out on the play. He couldn't control that wandering pop-up. It fell in. An error charged to Cruz on the play. 2 runs scored, and the Barnstormers were up 5-1. In the next inning, Sanford, Bortnick, and Galen all started it with singles. Turdoslavich followed with a 3-run homer. By that time, it was 9-1. Michael Burgess hit the first of his 2 home runs in the 4th, but that didn't match the 3-run blast by Kyle Waldrop, which was, I think, the longest by far of the 5 home runs we saw in this game. It was 12-2. Burgess with a 2-run homer, Witherspoon a sac fly, Galen an RBI ground out the rest of the way to bring us to the final score of 13-5. This was not the most one-sided contest, though, in the Atlantic League tonight. Long Island leading Southern Maryland. It's now 21-5 in the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Road Warriors and New Britain Bees are in the bottom of the 10th in an 8-8 tie. And Sugar Land leads Somerset 5-2 in the top half of the 7th inning. So unless the Patriots rally tonight, the Barnstormers will still be 2.5 games behind the Sugar Land Skeeters in the Freedom Division race. Lancaster will have the opportunity to slow down Sugar Land once the Skeeters start their road schedule up here on Tuesday. Around the major leagues, the Cleveland Indians trying to play catch-up to the New York Yankees. Yanks still on top, but now 6-5 in the top half of the 9th inning. The Phillies also trying to come from behind. The Nationals still lead 7-3. They're in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 home runs for Bryce Harper. He now has 12 on the season. Colorado Rockies with an 8-5 lead over the New York Mets, but the Rockies are having trouble putting that one away in the bottom of the 9th inning. Cincinnati up 4-1 over the Miami Marlins. They're in the top of the 9th inning. The Rays have finished off Toronto 6-2 tonight. San Francisco is doubling up the Braves 8-4 through 8. It is Boston 4, Texas 1 in the top of the 8th inning. Pittsburgh with a 5-4 edge on the Milwaukee Brewers. They're in the bottom half of the 6th at Miller Park. Minnesota has a 6-4 lead against the White Sox in Chicago. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning. St. Louis Cardinals getting one of the better pitching performances tonight, up 3-0 over the Cubs in the top of the 6th. Tigers and the Royals, no score in the 7th inning in KC. San Diego out to a 3-0 deficit against the LA Dodgers. They're in the 3rd inning. Houston up 2-0 over Arizona in the top of the 2nd. Baltimore is at Oakland, and the LA Angels of Anaheim at Seattle later on this season. The Lancaster Barnstormers win their 4th straight, a 13-5 decision over the York Revolution tonight, as the bats once again were booming for the Barnstormers in the game. We'll have game 2 in this series, the middle game coming your way tomorrow evening. Nate Reed taking the hill for the Barnstormers. Dominic Severino, a right-hander for the York Revolution. Join Eric May here at 6:15 on the Barnstormers YouTube channel. I'll return for the Tuesday night series opener against the Sugar Land Skeeters. So until then, for all the cast and crew here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, I'm Dave Collins. Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll see you at the ballpark.